Hello, 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 hello. Hello, 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 hello. I'm in a good mood, obviously. It's still Monday, the 1st of December, and it is 49 minutes past 5 in the afternoon here in the UK. So, hello, my name is Asherah, and welcome to my unique PhD journey. I'm exploring dissociative identity disorder / psychosis versus conscious expansion. Blending the 3D academic world with my 5D spiritual practices. I'm also training as a shamanic practitioner and bringing my gifts as a clairvoyant and a medium. As we dive in, please note that when I am channeling spirit, the insights are personal and spiritual. They are not clinical. While I have academic training in mental health, this journey is about authentic multidimensional exploration. So let's embark on this journey together and uncover the intersections of science and spirit. So, I did a reading today. Well, a reading. I don't know why I keep saying a reading because I'm listening to a reading. But I did a video. I did one in the early hours of the morning because I had a dream. So video 81, series 3. And then I did a second video when I was in the car driving somewhere. So that's video 82, series 3. And then there's this one. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because today's video, when I was driving in the car, said a lot about spiritual warfare, about things about my family, even 80. So 80 and 81 was talking about spiritual warfare, family members that are here in this lifetime in the 3D. But I'm seeing that I've had past lifetimes and lifetimes and lifetimes with these people. And it's nothing but spiritual warfare going on. There's warfare going on in the 3D. With regards to inheritance not being paid correctly, all kinds of bullshit, yeah, secret societies, fucking sex covens, you fucking name it, yeah. These are the downloads that I've been getting for years about these people. You know what I'm saying? But because I can't see it in the 3D and everybody's smiling, hi, I'm putting on fake love. You got what I'm trying to say? I'm thinking, what's going on? I'm seeing what I'm seeing. Well, what I'm seeing isn't what I'm seeing. If you get what I'm saying, these eyes don't match this eye, causing bare confusion, but not really. If you get what I'm saying, because something in a something, yeah, something in a something. And if it looks like that, if it smells like a monkey and it looks like a monkey, it's a blood clot monkey. So as far as I'm concerned, when I'm seeing with this eye, I'm clocking that as a reality, whether it's this reality or a different reality. And that's always been the case from I was a child. I've been watching. I've been clocking. My mother Janet says to me, sometimes you have to play fool to catch wise. And even though the 3D me did not know what she meant when I was a child, yeah? What do you mean play fool? No. Don't play fool. Let people know what time it is. Because otherwise they're going to treat you like chips. That's how Sasha was in my teenage years. She weren't having none of it. That's why when you see me act like I'm Big Boucher, that's Sasha. That was my teenage years and my early 20s. You couldn't tell her fuck all bloods. What do you mean play fool? Who's got time to play fool? Name and blood clot shame. If there's a snake in the grass, yank it out. I was in my 20s leading board meetings, chairing board meetings in my 20s. And there's bare big man around the table. I'm talking in their 60s. These mans have got 40 plus years on me. And I'm bitching every one of them. They're like, Asher, you're a ball breaker, man. Take time. When I'm around, when I'm in a zone, I'm in a zone. You know what I mean? And when I'm around certain things and there's certain energies and I'm around the board table and I can see everybody's a demon around the board table. Don't get it twisted. So I go into that mode, innit? I go into that general mode. I go into that sergeant mode. I go into that serious mode. I don't have no problem breaking it down and letting people know I need you to do this, I need you to do that. And if you come back next month or whenever the next meeting is and it ain't done, I'm giving you a dressing down. I don't care who you are. I don't care who you are. You're getting a dressing down. Because you should have known better. Don't turn up to the board meeting not having done what you said you was going to do. And you had the minutes. Big man or no big man for no better. That was my attitude. That was my attitude, man. Fuck that shit. I never come here to play. I come here to bomb clout slay, and I knew that from when I was young. I always been a leader, born a leader. Very bossy when I was young. Ask my family. Very bossy. You get what I'm trying to say? Always telling people what to do. Because I'm looking at them thinking, why are you doing it that way when you could just do it this way and make life easier? You know what I mean? As an education consultant, I go into some schools. I've been into loads and loads of schools in my time as a former head teacher and an education consultant. I'm like, why are you doing it that way? Why don't you just do it this way? And they're looking at each other around the table because it's one of those epiphany moments, isn't it? Like, why have we been doing it this way? You know what I mean? Why have we been doing it this way? So I can see things. I can see things in a more simplified way. Like, there's an easier way of doing it. You don't have to do it the hard way. You can just do it this way, and it's quick. You know, I passed my headship qualification at the age of 34 years of age. You know, with 5 kids. Well, 4 at the time. Well, actually 6 at the time. You know what I mean? Because I had 2 stepkids too. You know. And people say, how do you do it? How do you manage 7 kids, a sick husband, manage a household, head of school, driving around the place, and all the kids are in different kind of clubs, kickboxing, dancing, ballet, tap, you name it. But it gets patterned because you can use and tap into certain 5D gifts. 5D like superhuman tricks. Not even tricks, to be fair. They're just you. You can just pull down on them. You know how the Almighty, how it's described in the Bible, like you can just pull down on your inheritance. You can just pull down on certain things. And if you tapped in and you align your frequency, you can just pull down on certain things and allow them to help you in the 3D. So this is why when people are competing with me, you don't compete where you don't compare. You understand me? Because you think it's you're thinking that. What are you thinking? What I hear you guys think about with regards to me is that I'm doing too much. Do you understand me? So people look at me as doing too much. When they look at me, it's almost like they're exhausted, because when they say what they did in a day, it's probably 2-3 things. And when I say what I've done in a day, it's probably between 24 and 30 different things. Because if you look in my books around, you'll see that most of the time I've got no less than so many things ticked off in it, because I like to have my things boxed up properly. You know, and the way that spirit comes in and does them, it's like that. So if I'm doing something, I'm look at this. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, that's my day. Everything has to get ticked off before we go home. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a new day tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? And if you just look all the way through my thing, all you'll see is ticks and circles of different things that have gone on. Let me show you something that's not confidential. Ticks and circles. You get what I'm saying? And it's ticks, circles and dots, because my ancestors have me checking things 2, 3, 4 times. You know what I mean? And all of these pages are dated. All of these pages are dated. So you can just see every single day I'm on it. Ticking, dotting and circling. Every single day. Ticking, dotting, circling. You know, so I know the work goes in. The work absolutely goes in, but it goes in because you tap into your higher level resources. You know what I mean? And when you tap into your higher level resources, you're able to just access things on a different level. So when people are trying to compare, you're comparing with God's source, really, because that it comes from the energy of the divine. You know, it's the divine that makes it so. But yeah. So I'm saying it. Perhaps I'm saying it, yeah, because I recognise that my brain's gone somewhere else and I'm thinking about something completely different. But coming back to the point of why I was showing you that, It's just to show the level of consistency and the level of grind every single year. You know what I mean? Because I understand the plan. And when the Almighty made me really understand what's going on, that we've been on these cycles of past life, past life, past life, past life, infinity lifetimes, yeah, of certain entities and demons and Jezebels preventing, blocking, stopping, murdering, sacrificing, you fucking name it. And when the Almighty came to me in 2022, going into 2023, and made me know realistically what I was going and the role I had been played and how many times I had been played, how many times I had sacrificed my own children, you know, for this blood clot demon. You don't understand the levels. So when I'm seeing my children on multiple different levels and they're dealing with me in a particular way, realistically, when I put 2 and 2 together, now that I have certain combined information, I can understand. Because I've let them down so many lifetimes, and it's not a negative to say I've let them down so many lifetimes, because it was written so. You know what I'm saying? The enemy had dominion over the earth for a time, though. Do you understand me? So as long as they had dominion over the earth, certain liberties were allowed to take place. And it wasn't that the Almighty didn't see the hunger, didn't see the fucking starvation, didn't see the war. It wasn't that. It was that there was an agreement. You know what I'm saying? There's like a season in it. Everything has a season. There's a sun cycle. There's a moon cycle. You know, so everything has to play out. But there was always going to be a time. And I'm not sure if this is discussed in Revelations, but that's what Spirit's saying to me. It's Revelations in the Bible. I'm not even sure, to be fair. But they say I've only just started to read Revelation, so this is my Bible, because obviously I said already that I'm a studier, and I'm just like how the Spirit has me with my dots on my eyes. That's how Spirit has me with when I'm researching and looking into things, because I am, like I said, technically I'm halfway through a PhD qualification, so I'm really I'm big on the research. I'm big on the digging deep. But when I dig deep on a PhD level, it looks like this. It looks like post-its and bullet points and circles and dots. But when I go deep with Spirit, it's not that at all. It's just instant download knowledge. There's the understanding already. There's no reading of any books. There's no, do you understand me? The only research I do when Spirit's giving me the information direct is sometimes like they're showing me something and I'm like, what? Like, for example, they were telling me that my skin is it's nanotechnology. And at the time, I didn't know what nanotechnology was. So obviously, I had to Google nanotechnology. But even the nanotechnology that I was Googling was breaking it down, but not really breaking it down in the spiritual way. It was breaking it more down in the scientific way. So there was understanding, but there was misalignment in what Spirit was trying to tell me. And it wasn't until I watched this show called Travelers. Spirit said, put this on. And I watched the show called Travelers. And the Travelers, because the thing is, imagine this now. So they've given me nanotechnology, yeah, and I've researched it. And they've also given me liquid, what is it? It's like liquid magnet. Do you understand me? Like, magnet is it withdrawing metal in it, obviously. So the liquid magnet will do the same, but it's in liquid form. And when it was giving me that, I was like, I'd never ever heard of liquid magnet. Do you understand me? But my second son, he's a science buff in it. So when they give me science stuff, I always run it past him. When they give me other stuff, I run that past my older son. Like, they've all got different knowledges, you know what I'm saying? Knowledges. They've all got different knowledge. My 5 children that I've physically given birth to, they're all coming at different points, so I can ask things, even up to my youngest. She's smart as fuck, she is. Do you know, she's my little genius. She reminds me of me when I was little, man, because I told my mum I don't want to go back to school when I was about 5, 6, because they were dumbing me down. I was like, I'm not going back there, man. I was highly plugged in from a child. Anyway, let me know. My inner child's coming through it. Yeah, so what am I saying? She's here. Just let her be. She wants to say hello. Do you know what I mean? But nah, seriously, I was very smart as a kid. I was very smart. You know, I was clever. I was witty. That's another thing. It's not just about being clever. It's having wit. and understanding that you can gain wisdom through other people's experience. You don't have to experience things. And don't get me wrong, some things you do have to experience for yourself, but at the same time, if you're an empathist, you don't really have to go there, because you can just you can heart connect. It's like a spiritual, it's like a nervous system, it's like a heart chakra connection to that feeling. So because you've had that emotion, it's almost like you did experience it, so you definitely don't need to go there twice. So a lot of the time when I was growing up, I was clocking what people was doing around me, which obviously would have been family mainly at that age growing up, and realizing now me and these people are not the same. We are not the same. We are not the same. From my mum's family, I stopped talking to from about 9 years of age. 9, and to be honest, it should have been well before that. But imagine 9. I know these people are not good people. I see the shape-shifting demons in some of them. How you mean? I see the bad-mindedness. I see the, you understand me? The jealousy. What you watching me for? And I'm a pitney. Why are you watching me? What's the problem? Why is my name in your mouth? Why are you wishing nothing but bad-minded harm on me? I'm going to breed by the time I'm 16. I'm going to this by the time I'm that. Why are you cursing me? Did any one of you put anything sweet in my mouth to eat? Did any one of you tell me any loving words? And actually meant it? Because Pauline, you're a snake. I don't take back no chat. Ever. Snaky bad. Janet always said you was the puppet, but I don't even know about that still. Not from what I see and not from what I understand. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, the stuff that you're doing, I don't think you can see that far ahead of time. You're doing stuff and you don't see the things, how the things working out. It's like playing chess. And you're making moves, not realizing that your king's already in checkmate. And you think there's a way out. I don't know. It's weird. It's very weird. It's weird to watch. It's weird to see. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it is what it is. Like the Almighty said, and let them do their thing. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, that's their destiny. That's what they've come here to do. You can make a choice in it, because it's will. You can make a choice to carry on doing the same thing that you've always done. And most of you, that's what you've done. Lifetime after lifetime after lifetime, man. I really don't know no better. I really don't know no better. Lifetime after lifetime. Or you can choose to heal out of it and become something new. But to do that, you have to be able to face the dark. You have to be able to face oneself. You have to be able to face one's traumas head on. And it's hard. I get it. I sat down with my mum in her sister's house, who I never chatted to from when I was 9. This is the first time I've gone in her house, and it's 2021. And that's because my mum's brother's just died. So I took my mum up there. Do you understand me? And I'm sitting in her living room, and spirits talking to me, telling me, "Oh, look over there." I'm like, what? I'm feeling some entities upstairs anyway. There's certain spirits moving around upstairs. I'm thinking, what's my girl got going on in this yard? Then spirits like, look over there. So I'm looking over there, and spirit said, no, look on that shelf there. So when I've looked on the shelf, I see tarot cards. What? No. When I was 11 years of age, Spirit told me to go into the shop and get this magazine with tarot cards. And I came home and my mum cussed me out and told me to take these devil worshipping tools out of her yard and go and put them in the bin outside. And I stood by the bin for however long. Spirit's telling me don't dash them, but my mum has told me to put them in the bin, and I'm trying to figure out which one I should listen to. I don't want to go inside and get beaten. Do you understand me? But at the same time, Spirit ain't ramping either. You know what I'm saying? But in the end, I ended up putting them in the bin. You know what I'm saying? And just knowing that, because at the end of the day, I got to live with this woman. You know what I'm saying? She don't play. She don't play. So I put them in the bin. So my mum's reaction, my mum has never let me do her tarot cards until 2021. Yeah. She'd never let me do nothing like that. She knows that I see things and I think it, but you know what I'm saying? Like, don't get me wrong, I'd talk over her and say certain things over her that I could see, but most of the time she's always acted like she's not in her that my whole life. Can you imagine? I'm a clairvoyant and a medium, and my mum don't want to know. So when now I see these blood clot tarot cards in her sister's yard, who she's on the phone to every blood clot day. Every day these two chat and I wrap up 3 hours or 4 hours on the phone chatting. What could they possibly be chatting about? Spirits like tarot. What the fuck? So I've gone out to Leslie. You do tarot? She's gone, oh, my mum's gone, oh, like some fake bitch. Like some fake bitch. Here, spirit. Like to say you don't know. Of course you know. Of course you know. This whole time you've known. I don't know how long this woman's been dibbling and dabbling, but what I do know is that her and my mum has been looking into my business for a hell of a blood clot long time. Said spirit. To make me know. Crosses. I hear. Crosses. Doppy know who to frighten. Granddad, coming true, man. Coming true, man. Doppy know who to frighten. Doppy know who to frighten. Granddad's just popping out with all kinds of words. He's like mad puss piss. Mad puss piss. Mad puss piss. Yeah, that's what you say. Mad puss piss. And then he's giving the sweet daddy goat one. Why? Why? Because they know it's the time. It's the time. You guys know it's time. He said 2 things then, and he mixed them in together. But they're supposed to be 2 different things. So one is every knee shall bow. And what was the other one? Oh, they're pulling me in now. Granddad, what was the other one? Every knee shall bow. I know every tongue shall keep it, but that wasn't what you said. But it was about a tongue. Yeah, what sweet nanny's got with on his belly? Every knee shall bow. It's like you're saying every tongue shall pass water, but that don't. Every tongue shall pass water. Pass water is to we. It's time to release. You know what's so crazy? Like, I'm hearing him, but it's just so random. It's like random things just coming from him. Like, he just says to me, swallow. And I know that he used to say that speech, innit? So if I was a swallow, I'd say swallow, so swallow. And it meant everybody drink up, innit? But it's so weird that you're just bursting out with one-liners. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Let me... saying just slow down and just go with the flow. There ain't no rush. So I just had Dr. Malika York come through, which is really nice, to be fair. You know what I mean? Really, really nice, to be fair. He's got a nice energy. If you don't know who Dr. Malika York is, he used to run the ancient Egyptian order in America. Yeah, and he founded some land, and he built a community for black Nubians, you know, with a pyramid and everything on site. My friends actually went there when I was 18. I was supposed to go. But yeah, anyway, then it got demolished. Then he got accused for, I think it was like child pornography, child molestation, child sexual abuse, and was sentenced to 100 years in prison, apparently. Madness, man. Man's a fucking genius. Man's a fucking god walking on earth, man. It's crazy. But that's how these people get you. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Michael Jackson, fucking Whitney, you know what I'm saying? All of them, they all they either scatter their name, or they've had an overdose, or some fucking crack job. You know what I'm saying? It's the same fucking, same blueprint. You know what I mean? They're not even creative. It's the same thing over and over again. These fuckers. Same thing over and over again. Anyway, I'm getting off track the said. Alright, so I did a message in my car today, and early hours of this morning, like I was saying, and it was very much talking about all of this past life drama and family members. I was talking about my dream with my cousin Sia and what happened, and certain things that had happened over time, and I've given my perspective on it, and that's what it is. Yeah, my truth. There's been a lot of people chatting shit, but nobody don't know my truth. So this is my blood clot truth, and nobody should have a problem with me chatting my truth, because it's my blood clot truth. And if you got a fucking problem with me chatting my truth, take it to blood clot Jesus. Yeah? Take it to blood clot Jesus. That's the best thing you can do right now, because karma ain't playing. Karma said, off with your blood clot head. Queen of Swords. Not even Queen of Cups. Queen of Blood Clot Swords. And Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups will tell you to take off your blood clot head. Anyway, I was telling you about Leslie before I go into the video. That just reminded me. It's so funny. Leslie. So Leslie's got tarot cards. Hello. Where's Leslie? What's Leslie doing with tarot cards, please? And these guys all grew up in the church. So I say to her, Leslie, you got tarot? So I'm bringing the tarot cards, so she's there shuffling, whatever. So I sat down around the table now, because I was in the living room, because I'm just letting them talk, innit? I'm in the living room and we're waiting for Nanny to come over. Then Nanny comes over and sits down, and Nanny falls asleep, and then I go into the kitchen and sit down with them. So as I'm sitting down, Spirit's just coming through, Spirit's coming through. You understand? Now that I've clapped that tarot cards and that are going on, my ancestors are like, yes. So they're coming through. So Janet's business, my mum's business, is getting chat. But not only is it getting chat, I'm seeing things that's happening to my mum at the age of 5 years of age. So I start to tell my mum what I'm seeing, because I can't believe it, to be fair. It's not nice. You know what I mean? So when I start to tell her what I'm seeing, and she starts to confirm, yeah, and then add a little bit to the story. And then I say something else, and she's like, yeah, and she add a little bit to the story. You know what I mean? It's terrible. So I understand when people say, or, you know, my mother-in-law was the same. I seen some stuff about her story. And I said, you know what, Mummy, I cannot tell you what I just saw. And she said, tell me. And I said, there's no way. Because what I saw was bad. But what I saw on top of that was worse. No, it's all right, babe. Yeah, I'll grab some in a bit, sweetheart. Yeah. And she said, tell me. And I told her what I saw of her childhood. And she said, yeah, that's true. And I was like, there's no way. And she was like, yeah. And I said, you need to go back for that little girl. And she was like, there's no way. I said, Marie, you have to go back and get that little girl. She's in the corner crying. You have to go back. And she was like, I can't face her. There is no way. Like, there is sometimes some things buried so deep that they have to be buried in order for you to be able to get out of bed the next day. I get it. I get it. I really do get it. I get why lots of people don't want to do the healing, because it is fucking tough. It's really tough. Not only to face the things that have been done to you, but also to face the things that you have done because of the things that have been done to you. Do you know what I'm saying? But that you must. That's exactly what you must do. You have to go and be able to look yourself in the mirror and see the past, the present, and the future and be okay with it. You have to be able to look at your face and see all the uglies and say, you know what, you're fucking ugly, but you're fucking beautiful too. And be in love with the ugly and be in love with the beauty at equal measures. How fucking hard is that to balance yourself up? I lost all my hair alopecia. You know, for about 100 fucking years it felt like I wore wigs. My passport picture doesn't even look nothing like me. You know what I'm saying? I wore wigs. My hair literally fell out 3 times. And my hair was, you know, I didn't have short hair, you know? And then it grew when the first time it fell out, when it grew to about here. Do you get what I'm saying? And then the next time it fell out, and then it grew to just on my waist. And then I went to this girl's hairdresser's, such man's brethren's girl, and she just ripped out my hair and Spirit said, don't worry about it, we're going to dread it. And that's when I put the liquid dreads in. You know what I'm saying? But all around here hasn't grown. I mean, my daughter is 18 in June, and my hair started to fall out just after I had her. So that's how many years I've been experiencing this. And it's only now, in big 2024, that I'm in the UK with my hair out like this, rocking it like I'm a blood clot rock star. You know what I'm saying? But from January, early on in the year, when I started to go abroad, I started to just have my hair out and not give a fuck. Because nobody never knew me anyway, so what the fuck? But I went out there and I alchemized all of that. Nearly 18, well, last year would have been 16, 17 years. 16, 17 years of hiding my truth under a wig. Do you get what I'm trying to say? I was like, nah, it's time. The Almighty was like, it's time. No more in the shadows. But I had to go through so much alchemization. I had to go through so much acceptance. I had to go through so much ugly. I had to go through so much resurrection. I had to go through so many deaths. There's so many of me's that had to die around beliefs around my hair, around beliefs around beauty. And I'd started long time ago, you know. I used to 100% resonate with India Irie, I am not my hair. So I had programmed myself to disassociate from my hair, in order to survive. I had to say, I'm not my hair, I'm not my hair, I am not my hair, and disconnect from my hair, not think about it, not do nothing with it. And in the time where I weren't thinking about it and doing nothing with it, I'm talking once in a blue moon, take it out, wash it, then I've plait it back up and put the wig back on and gone about my blood clot business. Me and this hair ain't in a nothing. You get it? Me and this hair ain't in a nothing. And then I just took it out one day and I was like, Bumba clot. The hair was down here. Just literally just what my hair likes to be left alone, basically. It likes to be left alone. It don't like to be cold. It don't like to be whatever. The dreads really suit her. She likes to just be fucking left alone to do her thing. And since I've dreaded, touch wood, it is what it is. But even if that's not the case, I'm okay, because since the disassociation with my hair, I've had to learn to become back again associated with my hair and literally break down all those walls and those barriers and those belief systems in order to form new ones, to get my nerves, my neurons in my head vibrating on a level where it didn't feel like I was lying to my inner self, that I started to believe it. You know, once I dreaded it and I coloured it and my hair started to change and I started to try and form more confident, but it was short at the time. It didn't look sexy out. So I'm still trying to pick and choose between wearing the wigs and not wearing the wigs. And then once it got to a level, not even a level, but once I got to a level where I was like, all right, then I definitely don't want to do wigs no more. I'm done with wigs. You get what I'm trying to say? I'm done with wigs. I'm tired of always trying to have to think about which way it's facing, what's it doing, am I scratching, am I hot? Like, there's so much that goes into wearing a wig you don't even appreciate. You know what I mean? not even feeling comfortable to be without my wig in bed with my own husband. Them were the levels that I was coming from. And I've had to dilute and dissolve and go through certain trials and tribulations to get to a point where I have testimonies about my hair now. You know, how my hair has helped or benefited or helped me see certain things about myself. You know, I remember the first time I wore no wig when I was more bold than this into Sainsbury's. And it was just a test from the Almighty, like, are you prepared to step out? And I was like, bashment girl, of course. I will always be prepared to step out. Was I comfortable 100%? No. Was people staring at me? Absolutely. But I still did it. That's the point. I still did it. Because sometimes you got to feel the fear and do it anyway. You know, that's what it is. That's why for me, I had a thing for when I was little and it were younger, about 14, 15, because I used to dance in it. Not professionally, but dancing like community competitions in the area. So, you know, like how you'd have like carnival once a year. That would spark off certain dance things and then they'd kind of continue on in where I lived, my area. So something come up now with a DJ called Irie. And he was like, he's going to do a dancehall queen. So I was like, I'm entering. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. You know, so those kind of competitions. And I became known as a dancer and winning Miss Hottie Hottie Dancehall Queen. You know, nobody couldn't attest. You know what I'm saying? And I'm out there doing my thing. Yeah, I would say that it was a form of alchemization because you see, getting on stage and feeling that nervous fears because you're going up and it's a competition and you don't know. I don't know how the next girl can dance. You understand me? I know my dance, but I don't know whether or not this is going to be one of those competitions. So I'm just going into it knowing that I'm doing my thing. But you still have to feel certain nerves because you're stepping out on stage and it's whole, the place is packed. The place is ram. Place is ram, man. Back then when I'm 15 dancing, the place is ram. I don't think I've been to a competition and it ain't been ram. Dudley, Jamaica, whatever. The place is always ram. People like to come and be entertained, you know, so it is what it is. And when I'm on stage, I just zone out. Nobody else exists, you know, and I've always just got on and done my thing. But I also come to know that part of the zoning out is spirit coming through. Because I remember winning the Dancehall Queen competition one time. And I don't even remember what happened. I just heard 2 times actually. One was in Black Patch. What's the blood clot place called? Berry Hill Social Club down Black Patch. If you know it, you know it, yeah. And I just went, my family was there, my mum's sister Pauline, my cousins, my sisters, whatever, friends, whatever. And it was a dancehall queen, this wasn't a dancehall queen competition. This was just like a little dance to win the bottle of champagne. But anytime there's a bottle of champagne, my family are always like, go and get the bottle. Not go and enter the competition. They're like, go and get the bottle, because it's always been assured in the experience that's what the outcome has been. That I've always got the bottle. I always come back with the bottle. From a little girl, from 7, 8 dancing at carnival, I always come back with the £10 or whatever the thing was in that dancing competition. So it's something that I've done from a little girl, but always been able to just step out in that fear and just know that when I'm nervous before, but once I'm on stage, I'm good. I'm good. You know. And it's those kind of experiences that have led to the level of confidence that I have in myself. Like, I can trust myself that in those very, very extreme, pressurized conditions, I will perform. I don't have to doubt myself. I will perform. And as long as I stay in that energy, the outcome will be the outcome. As long as it's TRU. Yeah? As long as it's TRU. So, I know I'm going off a little bit, but Spirit's saying to me it's really important to kind of understand how that level of, like I call it, for me personally, I run up into fear. You understand where I'm coming from? Like, from an energetic point of view, I'm not saying that if a dog was coming towards me, I'd run towards it. I wouldn't run away from the dog, because now I understand that. The other day when I was in Bali, at the end of in November, I got back on the 6th of November, 2 beach dogs come charging down the road. Not even charging, to be fair, that they didn't charge, but they're coming at me. Yeah, they're coming at me and they're barking. Woof, woof, woof. Yeah, I'm saying, like, they are trying to intimidate me. And I've just stepped out like that. And they've both gone, woo, woo, woo. And on the other way, and I was like, these bitches, how are you coming to me barking like you want beef? And I've just done that and you two are fucking run off. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say I wouldn't run towards a dog. But what I'm saying is it's not about that type of 3D action. The biggest fear to alchemize is the one within self. The one where just you know about inside. The bigger fears, the biggest fears. And sometimes they're the smallest fears, like, for example, spiders. You know what I mean? Somebody can be so scared of a spider that if you put a spider by them, they die. You know what I mean? Like, the thought of a spider, its hairy legs, its eyes, everything about a spider just freaks this person out. But then putting yourself in a bath full of spiders and alchemizing it and feeling nothing, that's the run up in the wall energetically I'm talking about. It's from 0 to 100, smash. And if you get used to smashing into fear like that, boom, you come across something that you're so scared of, and it's because you're so scared of it, you're gonna do it. Yeah? You have a fear of heights, so you're going straight up to the Eiffel Tower and you're parachuting down. Because when you do that, boom, once you do that once, you can't own that fear anymore. That fear cannot exist in you. If you have a fear of heights and then you go paragliding down the tallest fucking building in Dubai, there is no way you can go back to saying you have a fear of heights, because the whole journey down, you're just in a state of alchemization. Probably all along the way, you're in a panic attack. Because that's how the thing moves. Like, you feel like you're smashing into fear, but trust me, there's another level of fear, a whole panic attack where your body is sweating. You can't catch your breath. But that's the time to alchemize it. That's the time to get your shit together and really lock in and be like, nah, differently. Yeah, these are the levels. Energetically, you've got to take yourself mentally out of a panic attack. So you've got to be able to calm your heartbeat down. You've got to be able to simmer and regulate your nervous system. You're going to have to do exactly the same to your emotional system. Your physical body is responding because you're not breathing properly and you're sweating. All them things are adding to the experience. And there's like 5 different levels of things that you've got to almost be like a symphony, calming down, making sure that every single thing is working at a pace. You understand? To make sure that everything, the motor is slowing down together. That's the levels. That's the levels of these. When we talk about the big steppers, when we talk about the ascended masters, when we talk about the top G's in this fucking game, them are the levels. It's literally balancing all these little plates and alchemizing things on all different levels of oneself. And then when you get past that level, it's now knowing how to do that on multiple dimensions, whether that be the 3rd dimension, the 4th dimension, the 5th dimension to start with. So on the 3rd dimension, you know that you're alchemizing from that physical level. But on the 4th dimension, you're doing that in your mind. As soon as a fear comes into your mind mentally, you've got to be able to say, yo, hold on a minute, who are you and who sent you? You've just heard a thought saying, yo, kill yourself. Nah, check that nigga, bab. One has to know themselves that ain't my fault. That ain't my fault. Who the fuck said that? Because you got to realize there's imposters in here. All of these thoughts in your head are not your thoughts. They're imposters, they're demons, they're entities. The devil has dominion over the land. Where do you think everybody is? Where are all the devils and the demons that the Bible talks about? Where's all the devils and the demons that were possessing people when Jesus was casting demons out of people's bodies? Where are they? The Bible don't turn around and say they was all abolished. It says Jesus was killed. So if Jesus is the only nigga that's casting out fucking blood clot demons, when Jesus is gone, what's happened? Bare generation lockdown, man. These demons have got it on lock blood. Living happy days for the experiences of us divine ones. Literally taking away our divine light, our divine energy, our divine connection. our divine sovereignty, because we're being hooked into by these demons that are working through family members, that are manipulating us, brainwashing us, bonding, putting us in bondage, doing fucking sex magic on us, doing fucking voodoo, doing word spells, doing fucking gossip fucking magic, chaos magic, you fucking name it. It's all happening because people don't want to heal. And if you don't heal, you always remain a lower vibration for these entities to take the piss, because you don't even realize that half these thoughts that you're having are not yours. Well, the only way to realize that and to go is to go through the healing, because the healing tells you what you are, who you are. That's what the healing tells you. Yeah? Your failures are your failures. That's fine. We fail in life. It's not about the failures. It's about how you get out of the failure, how you resurrect, how you become the phoenix rising out of that trauma. But if you don't allow yourself to have a testimony of when you climbed out of that gutter, then how are you going to fucking be the person to say, nah, differently, I used to be a crackhead, but I'm not a crackhead no more, because I've done 6 years without crack, and now I actually support people that are on crack. But I've had to look into myself first to deal with the issues that made me dependent on crack in the first place. And once I dealt with those childhood issues of being raped or buggered or abused or neglected, and understand that, you know what, okay, this is my experience. This is my experience, and the people that should have loved me, the people that should have taken care of me, the people them that should have been there to protect me didn't. They didn't. But why didn't they? They didn't because what you're experiencing is a trauma that you have already provided in another life. You don't get nothing that you don't deserve. You don't get nothing that you can't manage. So if it's something that was given in a past life, because that's the reason why you're going to experience it. You can't know one thing without knowing the other. It's like you can't know happiness without knowing sadness. You can't know love without knowing hate. They're two opposite polar extremes. And to know love at the highest level, one must experience hate at equal measures in order for one to truly appreciate love, or for one to really appreciate hate. Do you know what I'm saying? It's duplicity, but it's not duplicity, because duplicity is truth and lies in one. It's no, it is duplicity, isn't it? Because duplicity is dual. I know what I'm saying, but I'm saying two words, isn't it? Let me clarify. Duplicity and duplicity.
Hey there, how's it going?
Val, are these two words different? Duplicity and duplicit, or do they have different meanings? Because I understand. I'm trying to establish the meaning for when somebody is lying, but they're also mixing the truth in the lie, and I'm also trying to get the actual word for when it's like when there's black and white or night and day, they're kind of like polar opposites, but they're duplicit or something like that.
Yeah, definitely. So duplicity refers to deceit or double dealing, where someone is being dishonest, often by presenting two contradictory versions of the truth. On the other hand, duplicit isn't actually a standalone word in English. The adjective form you might be thinking of is duplicitous, which describes...
Sorry, which describes what?
Exactly. So duplicitous is the adjective form that describes someone who's being deceitful or two-faced.
Oh, okay. So what is the actual word for the two opposing? Not necessarily two opposing. Two opposing things like black and white and up and down.
Got it. For those kinds of opposing concepts, the word you're probably looking for is duality. It captures that idea.
Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Duality. Blood clot. Come on.
No worries at all. If you have any other questions or need more clarity, just let me know.
Thank you very much, Val. Thank you. She's a lifesaver, man. She really is. Yeah, so duplicit. No. Duality. That's what I'm trying to say. Like, it's a duality. You You can't know one without the other sometimes. You can't know love without experiencing hate. You can't know happiness without experiencing sadness. And you can't know sadness without experiencing happiness, because it's the polar opposite of something that makes you recognize what you had in the first place. Yeah? So, yeah. If that I think it does make sense. I'm getting so many things coming in. I'm not thinking about if it makes sense. I'm thinking about what's coming in. You know when I keep getting these what's coming in, it's not that, it's what they want to take me out. They want to have me whirling and swirling. It's like the you see how the more I lose my speech, the more I'm losing my ability to communicate effectively and to retain and recall information, is the more I'm being pulled into the shamanic side. And they're just, it's like my head it's like there's a pressure on my head going up like this. Do you get what I'm saying? And there shouldn't be, because my top knot is heavy. You know what I'm saying? So usually there's a top down pressure, but right now it feels like my head is doing this and it just wants to sway me. You know? Or maybe I should have a cigarette. Spirit likes to smoke. Trust me. What am I looking for? Okay. I'm just losing my ability to talk, man. Trust me. It's like I'm going into a meditated state. Especially by the job that I made the other day in October, out of deer skin. It's got bumps in it because it's got crystals all around it. Energized it. Keep telling me to slow down. Am I talking fast? Slow down. There's no rush. Thank you. Okay, let's get back to the reason why I've done this video. Is because this woman is talking a lot about what I've been talking about. And usually I don't watch videos that are from time ago. I watch videos that are just a few hours long, a few hours uploaded. Do you know what I mean? Because I want that fresh off the plate, fresh off the press information to see what go on in the 5 ether and what messages other people are getting and which messages connect with me, and confirmation, which messages are giving me little tokens, which messages are providing little jigsaw puzzles in my own story. You know what I'm saying? So this one is from 3 months ago from a woman called Asherah, and I've listened to her a few times. I've only just come across her since I've been making these videos. I've never seen her before, but I do like her vibe. Anyway, let's run with them. So let me turn it around. This. So it says you're receiving your inheritance from past life, finally. Yeah.
It's a past life reading, okay? Happy 8/8, by the way. So, what I want to say, you guys, it's very interesting, okay? Somebody here, okay, if you're finding this message, any past life, you were some sort of a teacher, okay? So, how you're going to know this message is for you? Well, number one, it found you, but number two, if you need more confirmation.
So I'm already a teacher. I'm now because I'm a qualified teacher with QTLS, and I'm also a head teacher with a national professional qualification for headship. So I've been in teaching already for about 20 years. So I know that's one of the things that I've done in a past life, because the way I just take to it, you know, it's like it's always been there. So I can accept that.
You could feel even in this lifetime like you are somewhat of a teacher, or you have an ability to share information. Okay, you have a special ability to teach. Okay, and you might feel like when you learn something, you always want to teach somebody else. 111 on the clock. Okay, so you might have this urge to want to share information when you learn something, you want to share it with somebody else. This is how you're going to know this message is for you, okay? You were a teacher in a past life. This is why you feel this way, okay? And you were some kind of a scribe as well, okay? So it says preserving knowledge.
So she's just scribe. I know that too. I've got links with Enoch and Metatron. And I love to write. I write. This is full. All over there is full. I've got folders and folders and folders like this downstairs. All information that I've written and drafted. This is just one hearing. And I've been to about 30 different hearings. This is just writing codes. This is what I'm supposed to be going through in series 3. I should have gone through it in series 2. Do you know what I mean? Just like, honestly, like when it comes to writing and stuff like that, I started writing a book when I got out of the psych ward in 2024. I did 3 books in April and published them on Amazon. And then I started writing another book. I was writing a book about the first fuck trigger, Axel, called The High Priest, and I was 93,000 words in, and I hadn't even got to the middle of the story yet. I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fudge? What the fudge? Do you get what I'm trying to say? So I overwrite. I always have. My problem isn't too much not having enough to write about. My problem is I don't know, I pay a lot of attention to detail, and because of that, I end up writing a lot. So I can't even say it's a bad thing, because it's not. But at the same time, it is very, very long. But I love it. I enjoy writing. I really do. I really do. I enjoy putting words on paper. I enjoy handwriting. Most of it, even though I've got the laptop or iPad or whatever, I still take a notebook. You know what I mean? Everywhere I go, I walk with a pen and pad. You know, so that makes sense to me too.
And information. Okay, so you had some specific knowledge and information that you would teach people. Okay, and look at this. Right behind that, you guys, we have the student. Oh my God, 144 on the clock, and we have Angel behind that. And I'm going to tell you why I'm tripping on it.
I can ask to the student, because I'm still in education now. Like, this whole thing is about my PhD. you know, and the fact that I'm doing a PhD, or that I've been qualified and accepted, and I've done 2 years of a PhD already with you know, a good university that I did my degree and my master's in, demonstrates this lifelong learning that I have. I have a passion for lifelong learning. So even though I'm a teacher, I'm forever the student, and it doesn't matter if it's a baby, an adult, a grandparent. Confirmation, sorry. I just love listening. When I meet people, it's like I interview them. They're like, fucking hell, man, this feels like an interrogation, because I just thirst for knowledge. I have a thirst for knowledge. So that makes sense to me too.
About this now. Students, yeah, there's no doubt. I know what's going on. You guys are an angel. Okay, you're from the angelic realm. I'm saying this because Archangel Zadkiel,
So too, we ain't getting through this, are we? But my channel's called Earth Angel Asherah, you know, and it was set up from 2021. So I've already had that message, you know what I mean, or come to that understanding and acknowledgement. Yeah.
my God, behind that you have profit. Behind that you have prosperity.
So the clairvoyance gives the prophecy.
So you are somebody very special, very powerful, okay? And in a past life, okay, in this specific life, you were a teacher, and you were teaching people how to accept themselves, how to have compassion, and how to forgive, okay? And in this lifetime, you guys, very connected to your higher self. You had sacred intuition here in this past life. Also, you have a very special relationship with the earth, okay, with Mother Gaia. You could be an earth sign. You don't have to be, though. Don't worry about that. Extra confirmation for somebody. But you have a very special relationship with the earth, okay, you guys? We also have Earth Guardian that came out, okay? So, like I said, you came here to protect, okay? You came here to protect. You came here to protect and serve. And it's because you have a very... you took a vow, you guys. You took a vow to come here. And I think it's because you are part of the angelic realm. You took a vow to come here and teach others what you know about accepting yourself, forgiveness, having compassion for others, and how to have harmony, okay? You were teaching people how to have harmony. You took a vow, okay? And here's the twist right here, 333. You were persecuted for this, okay? In this past lifetime, you were persecuted for the knowledge that you knew, okay? So this could make you feel like in this lifetime where you hesitate to share information, you hesitate to be yourself sometimes.
Coming there, as I said, today I did a video, and I talked on feeling like, you know, I feel like the way that I've been dealt with by certain things within the 3D, 4D, and the 5D, to be fair, is like, say, I've been persecuted. And I turn around in the video and I talk about the persecution of Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? That it's a process that one must go through on this earth, because the justice to me, it's like a fulfillment of karma. Like, you're being persecuted, but you're being, what's being done to you is what you've already done. But because it's happening to you, it feels like it's personal, basically. It feels like it's personal. It feels like this has brought me harm. This has brought me trauma. This has brought me stress. It feels like it's being done to you. But really, if you can, the idea then, not really, but the idea is to move into the perspective of it being done for you. And how you get into the motion of being done for you is by not feeling the need to retaliate when somebody does you something, and just be able to just absorb what that person does to you. Now, what that looks like to the people around you, it looks like weakness. It looks like acceptance. It looks like vulnerability. It looks like a victim. It looks like naivety. It looks like, fucking hell, she's an easy pushover. We can fucking do what we want with her. But it's not that. It's not that I'm just as I'm good, I'm equally dark. And if I wanted to step into my dark side, I have the power and the knowledge and the ability to step into my dark side at any time. It's a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice not to be dark. It's a choice not to retaliate. It's a choice not to take vengeance. It's a choice not to take revenge, because you understand that you're being tested. You understand that this is a stimulation. You understand that everything that is happening to you, you're already contracted with the divine before you come down here on earth, that this is how it's going to go. You just don't remember. So because you don't remember, and you're here in the 3D thinking that this is the reality, when really we're in a state of sleep, because we are our soul, we are our spirit, we are not our body. So therefore, this can't be it. This has to be the stimulation, because at the end of the day, the minute you're born is the day you start dying. As you start getting older and older and older and older every single day, you're literally in this stimulation to die. That's the objective, and not even 100 years good. So this cannot be it. But for some reason, for obvious reasons, because of the programming, the stimulation, the witchcraft, and these constant programmings on loop, and these fucking hierarchy fucking demons, energy harvesting and needing to everybody to stay on a low vibration so people don't wake up and remember what they fucking come here to do. Most people are doing is running around fucking sucking dick, getting stabbed out, and trying to fucking make money as quick as they possibly can. You ask half of them if they pray, and they turn around and they tell you they don't even know how to. They don't know how to pray. They don't know how to start a conversation with the divine. But if you ask them something based on the 3D, they've got all the knowledge. They've got the answers. And it's like, how can we be spiritual beings and understand that we have a spirit, and that we are spiritual beings on earth having an earthly experience, but yet we are still spiritual beings? Then if we are spiritual beings, shouldn't there be that spiritual connection to where we've come from, and where we go afterwards? And for those people that don't believe we go anywhere afterwards, well, I would say, well, then how did we come in the first place? How did we get here in the first place? Because it's not just about the Big Bang, you know what I mean? Because there is a consciousness behind us. There is a collective consciousness behind us, where we are all connected in some way or another. So how did that network come about if it's just a Big Bang theory by accident? There's nothing by accident. The divine does not operate by accident. The divine is very premeditated. If you look at what the divine's actually created, there is nothing by chance. Even something as very, very, very small as how each leaf is positioned on a branch. It's positioned in a way where every leaf is going to get a hit of some sunshine. Do you know what I mean? Like, that's the objective, because every leaf is there to photosynthesize. Every leaf has a job, and it cannot do its job unless it has sunlight. So the way the tree has been designed, with the roots, the stem, the bark on it, do you know what I mean? Everything is by design, grand design. Every grain of sand, every grain of salt, it's all by design. Every snowflake, it's all by grand design. You know, if you look around in nature and see how beautiful everything is, how the feathers are laid out on each bird to enable it to be able to take flight, how the fish scales are positioned so beautifully, so neatly. Do you know what I mean? Like, each one overlapping like roof tiles to protect the fish's skin underneath. Like, there's nothing is by chance. The divine is not a chance energy. It's premeditated. So I think when we start to look at things instead of overlooking things, and we start to think, well, hang on a minute, let's take a real good look at this. The human body is made up with such scientific precision. The way our brain is, the way our eyes work, the way our mouth, the way our skin moves, the way our organ moves, the way You know, our blood transmutes oxygen into oxygen that we can take within our body to enable our blood cells to go around our body and make sure that every organ gets theirs. You know, the way the white cells react when there's an infection, it knows what to do straight away. Like, that we don't have to think about it. Them things are already in our genetic code. You got cells going to work every single day like soldiers. What the fucking seven dwarfs, I ho, getting to work every single day knowing exactly what they need to do. You don't have to think about breathing. Like, all of this has been planned out for us. We don't have to think. Nobody has to get up and make the moon come out, and nobody has to get up and set the alarm for the sun to rise. Like, the divine has taken care of things. There's a grand design at play. Nothing is by chance. You know. So when you see how intricate this stimulation, how this stimulation has been put together, then you can only imagine what is beyond, because this is just temporary. How sophisticated must beyond be if here is so sophisticated already in terms of nature. It's a wonder. It's an absolute wonder. It's a wonder. Even the way your bones are made up from the tip of your finger, then it's double at this bone, then it's triple at that bone. Like, literally, like, we are this is a mathematic. Do you know what I'm saying? This is science on another level, man. Physics, geometry, every fucking thing rolled into one. Every subject you can think of, it's covered within our makeup. Sociology, psychology, probably not languages, but yeah, languages, I'd say. You know what I mean? History. Our body has a history. Our blood has a history. Our DNA code, or our DNA contains codes that link us to our history. Everything. But anyway, I realised that I've gone off on one again. Let me put play on. Stop.
And this is because you were persecuted for doing this in a past lifetime, okay? It's kind of like a witch wound. It is, but it's different because this is more about teaching, okay? You were teaching this in a past life. You were teaching about your higher self, having sacred intuition and accepting yourself, forgiveness, compassion, all this, but you were persecuted for it.
Wow.
Okay? So this made you feel maybe a little reluctant to share information now. Very interesting. You were teaching people how to be righteous, okay? Righteousness. Teaching people how to be complete. Teaching people about union and power. And you were literally persecuted for this. Wow. This actually could be like a wound of not accepting yourself in this lifetime. Like, if you've been having a hard time accepting yourself in this lifetime, it could be because of this past life that you had, where you were persecuted for being yourself and teaching people how to be themselves. Wow. Okay. What I want to do, you guys, because I feel like you are part of the angelic realm. I feel like in a past lifetime, you know, you're an angel, I feel like, and you came down in a past lifetime to teach people how to do this, and you were persecuted for this. So what I want to do now is get an angel, but I want to ask God, look at this, Archangel Michael came out. I want to ask God, what angel archetype are you most likely like, okay? What angel archetype are you most likely like? So let's see. Like I said, I definitely know you're an angel. We have Archangel Zadkiel out here. We have Earth Guardian. I do feel that you're an angel because you're very connected to your higher self as well. So you were persecuted for teaching about sacred intuition and accepting ourselves, having compassion and forgiveness. You were literally persecuted for this in a past lifetime. Okay, so you may be reluctant to share things now. This is why. You are cutting through this, though, okay? You are burning through this, and I feel that now you are learning to accept yourself fully, and you are now teaching others how to do this in this lifetime. And if you're not doing it yet, you will, okay? You are learning to accept yourself in this lifetime. This is why this lifetime is coming up, I feel like, because this life, you know, out of all lifetimes, why is this one coming up? And I think it's because you're healing this. You are healing something and you're getting it right in this lifetime. All right, so what angel archetype are you most likely like, okay? Wow. Whoa. Lord Shiva. Holy shit, you guys. Very powerful.
So this event, because I just got back from Bali on the 6th of November 2025. Today is Monday the 1st of December, so not yet a month, but almost. And while I was in Bali, I went to the Purification Temple, and I went round to all of these different Hindu. So basically, from when I was in Jamaica in October 2025, I went to Jamaica from the 7th to the 14th. And while I was out there, I was doing a ritual dance, and I started to dance in Indian dancing with my hands and stuff like that. Started to get downloads about certain things from a Hinduish nature, and it was like they were talking to me, telling me that my hands are making words, or that like it's like a sign language almost, you know what I mean? But even though I was getting the downloads, I didn't know what every single gesture meant. But anyway, I went to Bali, and Bali is a very Hinduism country, and I learned so much in the 7 days that I was there. My link with Hinduism, my link with these Hindu philosophies, this Hindu understanding, this just inner knowing. It was like an inner knowing, and I ended up going through the whole purification, going around to all the deities, making my offering, talking to them talking to me, my ancestors talking to me at the same time. You know, it was really beautiful. And then at the end, I went for a shamanic therapy, healing therapy session with one of their high priest shamans. And the first one I went to was just playing games, and I've put the video up on my YouTube for you to see. So I was with her for about 13 minutes, and then I've gone over to the other one and I've recorded the whole thing. And on there you hear me say, I'm Shiva. I'm being shown that I've lived a past life in the energy or archetype or actual person of Shiva. And I think we all get to experience these archetype energy types, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that it's an individual experience to me. I think there's loads of people out there that have experienced being this Shiva. But when you look into Shiva, he's like the god of destruction. And I'm a Scorpio, which is all about destruction. It's about death and rebirth, and it burning it all down and coming back up again. It's the phoenix, burned to ashes and then resurrecting again. And do you know what I mean? Like, I am a burn the boat person. I'm a burn it all down kind of person. So it was just so significant when he come through, and I was feeling it anyway, because there was a guy that I was in Bali with called Maddie that was taking me around, and he had the Shiva on his, it's on that phone, not this WhatsApp, but he had his WhatsApp picture was a man in blue, a blue man with a lady sitting on the floor by his feet. And when I seen that picture, it just triggered me. This is before I went to the Purification Temple. Like, I felt triggered by it. So there was downloads kind of coming in around that trigger that I'd felt. There was just some type of connection. I was saying to Spirit, why have I got such a connection? And this man, it's a man. You know what I mean? Like, Shiva's a man, and he's a blue man. You know what I'm saying? The Spirit was just downloading to me elements about the connection. So there was already an understanding that I've experienced this archetype. So I wanted to know more about him. And when I went to the Purification Temple, that's what it was really about. Even the bands around my hand one of them represents Shiva, one of them represents Vishnu, and one of them represents the other one. But these are like the trilogy, if you like, which a lot of these religions tend to copy that philosophy around the trilogy. So really interesting.
Very powerful. On the bottom of the deck, you have Serapis Bay, and both are about rising above. We have ascension and then transcendence. Somebody could be a fire sign. Okay, so this is what you did, you guys, in a past lifetime. You moved into your true self. You connected with your true self. Like I said, very connected to your higher self. And you rose above the darkness and you showed people the light. Wow, both says rise up. Both cards. So you were honoring your inner force and you were teaching people how to do the same thing. And like I said, you were persecuted for it. But you're getting it right now in this lifetime, you guys. You know what's cool about this too? We have the sun disk right here, the sun disk, and then we have the moon right there. So you're incredibly balanced, you guys. You listen to your intuition and you know when to take action, okay? And you're teaching people this. You vowed to do this, you guys. You took a vow, okay, to do this. And you did not get it right in the last lifetime. And it was because, I don't know if it was their timing, the way people were not accepting this in this lifetime. They were more judgmental. And so in this lifetime, this is it. This is it, you guys. You're getting it right. Very close relationship with the earth, though. Okay, let's see what else we can get, you guys. Very interesting. Let's see. What else can we get on this past life? I don't know if I feel this one. Something about your family's coming up, okay? So you could have had a past life with your same family that you have now. If you feel extra close to your family, you could have had a past life with them as well. Something about your house. I mean, this could be talking about your body as well, right? High honor. You guys, in this past life, you were definitely, you were held in high honor. You were somebody, you were like a famous teacher or something like this. And something went wrong where you ended up to be persecuted, okay? Something went wrong in this lifetime. And I think it's that the society was not ready to hear your truth. But they are in this lifetime. It's time. You are ascending. You're ascending in this lifetime, you guys. This is it. You're getting it right now. I'm telling you. Yep. You're pulling in abundance, and it's because you know you are abundance itself. You know that. Your inner child, and this is why, okay, so you have healed your inner child. So your inner child went through a lot, you guys, especially in this past lifetime, this past life. And I feel that in this lifetime, you're healing your inner child, and house came out again. Okay, so it's the way you take care of yourself, the way you take care of your body is what's healing your inner child. You're giving your inner child a space to grow and heal. You're holding space for your inner child in this lifetime. So I think that was the key to unlock something about this past lifetime. Because you're receiving some kind of gift from this past lifetime, you guys. There's a reason why this is coming up. There's something that you're retrieving from this lifetime. This lifetime that we're talking about down here, this past life. You're retrieving something, and it could be some kind of gifts, skills, abilities, talents. Expect it. Expect it. All right. Anything else we can get about this past lifetime? Wow. Look at this, how it came out. This is how it came out. Just like that. How's that? Okay? Bondage in reverse with rich guy upright. What the fuck? Wow. And then we have this, look at this, on the bottom of the deck. Look at that. It's like you're getting rid of some kind of lack mentality. Lack mindset. Okay, this followed you from a past lifetime, this lack mindset, you guys. You could have been living in poverty. Yes, you were held in high honor, but I feel that this was just like you and society. Like you would help people one-on-one, you know what I mean? I don't think that this was where you were getting paid big time or something like this. I'm not sure. I think that you racked up a lot of good karma though, you guys, because in this lifetime you were just a beautiful person who wanted to share their knowledge with the world, not for money, you know what I mean? And you did, and you were literally persecuted for it. So you're receiving some kind of inheritance in this lifetime, and it's God is almost like trying to pay you back for the shit that you've been through. Because through all of this, you guys, you stayed righteous. You stayed righteous. Wow. You've been through a lot in this past life. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Okay. The people that were going against you or are going against you, wow. Okay, so it could be even your family now was in a past life, you guys. And they could have been the ones that were persecuting you in the past lifetime. If you have a rough relationship with your family in this lifetime, this message specifically could be for you right here, okay? About you having a past life with your family and then persecuting you in this past lifetime. They followed you into this lifetime to make sure, they're trying to make sure and trying to stop your abundance. They don't want you to receive this inheritance that's coming to you, but there's nothing they can do. It's a done deal. But check this out. Your opposition has an entity attachment. This is why they have so much animosity towards you, you guys. Okay, so your opposition, the people are against you, they carry a lot of animosity towards you. And it's because they have an entity attachment. It's not even them. It's this entity that's attached to them, that's hating on you. And it's this entity that's attached to them. Okay, I got it. That entity, that's the one that was persecuting.
I just want to kind of come in. Again, when I did the video this morning while I was driving, this is what I was talking about. I was saying that it's not even such, man. It's not even my mom. It's not even my dad. It's not even my family members. And that's why there can be compassion and forgiveness, because they know not what they do. My understanding and what my ancestors have let me know over time is that it's entities that have managed to lock into their frequency and are running things. They're running the show. You know what I mean? So therefore, I can't hate the people for doing what they're doing when it's not actually the people really doing it, even though there is a level of accountability and responsibility on them, because at the end of the day, the mission was to stay high vibrational. The mission was to get the job done, but at the same time, was it? You know what I'm saying? Or was their mission to be on demon time? It both sides are correct. It's one big fucking contradiction. It's yes and it's no. It's true and it's false, because it's multidimensional. So on some level it's true, on some level it's false, on some level it's neutral. And to me, that's the objective, just to get on a neutral level. It's neither being done to me and it's neither being done for me. It just is. It just is what it is. That's the motto. It just is what it is. You don't have to feel so low about it. I know it's hard. I really do. I really do. You know what I mean? I do. The Earth School is tough. The lessons are tough. The trauma is real. The sabotage is serious. The family, the friends coming against you. The baby fathers, the husbands, the boyfriends, the work, the bills, the tax, the fucking nanny state, the government, the neighbours, the dog, the cat. I get it. I do. But the objective is to see all of that, but not be of that. To be in the world, but not be of the world. It's to be observant as these things are happening. It's don't fall into the trap that, oh, I'm in debt. No, you fall into the understanding that I'm with the Almighty and there is no such thing as debt. There is actually a sin. Do you know what I mean? These motherfuckers have got us in sin, in contract law, blood clot sin. And understanding that it's all an illusion. It's an illusion to keep you stuck in the matrix, to let you be of the matrix as opposed to just observing the matrix. You know, it is a head fuck. It is a proper head fuck, because every day you gotta wake up. Every day you wake up and you're in the matrix, and they say seeing is believing, and if your 3D eyes can see it, then it must be true. But we also know that spirit is not seeing, is not believing. Seeing is an illusion. It's reflected light. Are you seeing what you're really seeing? Is it even there? Does it really exist? Do you know what I'm saying? Are we seeing what others want us to see, or are we seeing the whole picture? Can we really trust our 3D eyes? Should they be the one that we're relying on? Or should we be tapping into our 3D eye, our third eye, and using that to see the way, see what's around us, we see what's happening? Because it's going to give us a much more better, greater understanding, because it's not obligated to the earth, it's not obligated to material things, it's not obligated to the 3D, so therefore it can see the 3D, it can see the 4D, and it can see the 5D and be non-objective. Whereas if you're only standing in the 3D, the 4D, you're going to connect with the 4D because you understand that your thoughts, consciousness, etc. exist in that round, allegedly. But the 5D, it's going to be well confusing. What? Spirit. Praying. God. Do you know what I'm saying? Because you're just so, some people are so far attached. Or so far disattached, I should say. But anyway, let's crack on.
That's why they're coming in this lifetime to try to fuck your shit up again. I can't believe that, dude. But there's nothing they can do. You're pulling in abundance regardless. This is upright. You're pulling in the abundance regardless because you've released yourself from something. Wow. And it all came because you forgave yourself and you accept yourself. You're not judging yourself anymore. But this is something that's been following you through lifetimes. You've had a hard time, I think, having to accept yourself all over again, because in the past lifetime that you had, the past life, you were persecuted for this. And those that were persecuting you, it was a specific entity, you guys, that's been following you through lifetimes, making sure that you don't get this abundance, that you don't receive this inheritance, making sure that your consciousness does not upgrade again, because they're threatened, okay? It's the same entity is what I'm getting, that's been following you through lifetimes. This message may not be for everybody, but you're going to know. This is an entity that's been following you through lifetimes, trying to make sure that you don't succeed in whatever you do. And you have just beat this entity, you guys, in this lifetime. And you did it by accepting yourself and forgiving everybody. Wow. And you did this because you took a vow. You're an angel, okay? You're an angel. Murder. King. Oh my God, you guys. Angels behind that, okay? And guess what's behind that? Exorcist. You released something in this lifetime, you guys. I'm telling you, you released something in this lifetime, okay? Learning the transcendent nature of service to oneself and a cause, or a cause. Helping those in need with no expectation of return. This is you. This is you. And this is you doing this in this other lifetime as well, okay? And you are due to receive some kind of inheritance here. And there's an entity that's been following you through lifetimes, trying to make sure that you don't receive this. This is why you were persecuted in this last lifetime. It's the same fucking entity, you guys. Son of a bitch, huh? Okay. You are out of bondage, though. You have ascended this. This is why we have ascension and transcendence. Both. Sun and the moon, you guys. Okay. Oh, God. Okay. I'm feeling there's some kind of relationship with a mature woman that might not be healthy for you. Okay? You're gonna know. This could be your mother. And I'm sorry, I don't want to freaking bring this up. I don't want to talk about this stuff, but, you know, if Spirit asks me to do it, then I'm gonna do it. So there's a mature woman that could be your mom, could be a sister, it could be an aunt, it could be a grandma, it could be a friend, okay? It could be a lover, okay? But there is some kind of relationship here that has been following you, okay? It's like through lifetimes. And it could be somebody in your family, you guys. It could be somebody in your family that has a fucking entity attachment, okay? And it's not your family members. It's bigger than that. It's the actual entity, okay, that is attached to them. And this entity has been following you through lifetimes. You guys, Look what came out in reverse. When I just said it could be your family, right? Family and bliss came out in reverse. And then on the bottom we have justice. So you're about to receive justice, okay? Your family has some kind of entity attachment, somebody in your family, and you're about to receive justice from this, okay? Fuck. Okay, this has ended. Oh my God, I love this. 10-10, transition and ending. You can't get any better than that, you guys. This is, you cannot, there's nothing else that could tell me more, okay? This has ended, you guys. You have fucking put something to the grave here. You've ended something, okay? And it has something to do with, you beat an entity here, you guys. No doubt. Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. I love this message. Ascension. Transcendence. You are an earth guardian. You are an angel. Okay, and there's an entity that's been fucking plaguing you and your family for lifetimes, and you beat it. You. Yes, you. You did it. You did it. This is done. Your family's free. You're free. You have taken your power back, okay? From all the conflict and bullshit that you've been through, you are now the boss in your own life, and you took your power back, okay? You say what goes, all right? And there might be some people that don't like that. We have another 10, and we have 8-8 here, and it is 8-8 today. Yeah. We have thief behind that, okay? So there is somebody that's been trying to steal your energy, cause conflict in your life, okay? Trying to be the boss of you, okay? This is all that entity, you guys. It's not even them. It's the fucking entity. It's the spirit that's attached to them, that's been plaguing your family, plaguing your life, okay? This is not going to be for everybody, and I know that. But I really hope it will. No, it will. This is going to find the person it needs to. Yep. High Priestess. You are a High Priestess, okay? This is why this is why this entity is so interested in you. It's because of things that you know, the power you hold, okay? You're so powerful, you guys. You're connected to your higher self, okay? You have sacred intuition. You're a natural born teacher, okay? And you took a vow with the angels and with God to do this mission. Amazing. Amazing. So it looks like to me, like there's somebody around you, okay, that's quite cold and that has their walls up, okay? And you feel this, you know. There's somebody that you're sensing around you that isn't being real with you. Yeah, you were persecuted for sharing your truth. So you could have had oh goodness. This person that's around you, you guys, I just said this Ice King, this somebody who's keeping some kind of information from you and being quite cold to you. There's not good karma coming his way or her way, okay? I don't know who it is, his or her, I'm not sure. But there's not good karma, shitty karma coming their way. You trust in God so much, okay? You have a very special relationship with God, with the earth, with the animals, with everything, all that is. And you trust God, okay? And this is what's gotten you this far. Another 10. And another 10 down here. Wow. I've never seen so many damn 10s, you guys. We also have 22, okay? So, twos. Yeah, you trust in your communication with God. Like when you receive a message now, you trust it. You have faith that, yes, this is the right message. This is what I'm feeling. That's what they want you to do, is trust in God. God's got this, okay? He's taking care of it. Anything else about this past life, too, that we can get, God? So just a quick recap, okay, you guys, in this past life, okay, there's some kind of entity here that's been following you through your lives, okay, through all your past lives. And you have beat this entity in this lifetime, and you're about to receive some kind of inheritance now, okay, because you're ready. You're ready. Oh, shit. Okay. There's somebody who stole something from you, you guys. Okay, either with, whether it's your energy, money, I don't know, anything, okay? Someone stole something from you, and they are not protected, okay? There's some kind of health concern here that they're not protected from, okay? They do not have protection from some kind of health concern. There's some kind of health concern that's not going very well, okay? And God's saying, I'm letting this go because
I really want to see you. I feel really warm. But
I was sitting here chopping up something with myself on spirit, just kind of getting into the nitty gritty of certain things. And it's led to an action, which I'm going to follow up either later on today or tomorrow and do, which I'm very, very happy about. It might just be a little missing piece of a puzzle that I needed. We'll see though. Can go that way or that way. Alright, they're back on. I'm gonna eat some crisp, okay? Oh shit.
that kind of karma, okay, coming your way. They want you to release the worry or release any need to feel that this is your fault or anything like that. Please don't feel bad about what's about to happen to your enemies, is what God is saying. Look at this. Look at this. What did I just say? It's because you're a fucking sweetheart, you guys. You have such a special relationship with God, and that God is going, this karmic is no more. I'm going to remove this karmic from your life. And it's because you have held the faith, okay? And it's because you're an angel, you guys. You took a vow with the angels. There's something about you and the angels here. I know that. You're pure-hearted, you guys. You're pure-hearted. And I feel like that's why this karmic took advantage of you, you guys. This is why. So just know that God is removing all karmics out of your life. All right? That's it. It's because you deserve it. Yep. Okay, now listen. People, distant future came out sideways. So I feel like this is about to happen pretty soon. People are going to be enamored by you, okay? You're about to achieve something, okay? There's some kind of reward. You're going to be rewarded for the shit that you've been through, you guys. I have been feeling that. I'm looking at 36, 63, 99, okay? In the future, you guys, people are going to be enamored by you. There's something you're going to achieve in the future here. Like you're destined. There's something you're destined to achieve here. Very interesting. In this third-party situation, you've been feeling something, okay? Your intuition is on to something, you guys. Something about this third-party situation, and God is saying, yes, 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 you're right. Listen to that intuition, you guys. Yeah, your intuition is right, you guys. Flying monkeys in the reverse. And guess what? Work, labor, efforts. You're being rewarded, you guys. There's something here that you have worked for, okay? And I'm feeling this is from lifetimes, okay? You are about to receive some kind of good karma that you have racked up through lifetimes, and you're going to receive it all in this lifetime. And God is removing all flying monkeys, okay? Wow. Anything else, God? There's some kind of surprise coming in for you. You guys. We'll leave it there. Oh my goodness. Okay. Where are we at? 28. Let's get a message from the universe and then a message from the angels. Wow. Amazing, you guys. So you are really doing a lot in this lifetime, you guys. Just to let you know, sorry about the noise. But you're doing a lot in this lifetime, you guys. Like, there's some entity that's been, like, trying to stop you from succeeding in all your lifetimes. And this is why you were persecuted in this specific lifetime that we're talking about. For teaching people how to be themselves and teaching people about your intuition and your energy. You were persecuted for this, okay? But you took a vow with the angels, you took a vow with God that you would get this right. And you're getting it right in this lifetime. You have beat this entity. This entity was, I feel, attached to your solar plexus mostly, trying to siphon your energy from your solar plexus, trying to make you not confident of yourself. But you have ascended this, okay? Transcendence. You have ascended this, and you have beat this entity. So you have freed your family, because your family had it as well. Your family had an entity attachment, okay? This is why you've been plagued, you guys. Your family line has been plagued. Lifetimes. All right. You beat this entity in this lifetime. You're free. You're free. Your family's free. And it's time. It's time for your inheritance, okay? Things are getting better, you guys. This lifetime is going to be very beautiful for you. Because you deserve it. Because you've had a lot of lifetimes where you were teaching others and giving. And it's time. All right. And universe, what do you want to say? Don't be afraid to say I love you or thank you to those who deserve to hear it. Don't be scared of embarrassing yourself or appearing soppy. You will never regret a heartfelt I love you or a message of appreciation. You will only ever regret not saying it. I just said this yesterday to a friend of mine. That's so funny. Okay, this new chapter in your life is going to require a new way of seeing things and a new way of seeing yourself. That's what this is about, you guys. How do you see yourself? You can't continue to see and interpret things with the same understanding that you have had until now. So no matter what you face or how you feel, see it all from a higher perspective. So this is what you have learned, okay? This is something that you have learned. How to look at yourself. Self-acceptance. 10-10, it's up to you. We've been getting 10s, you guys, like crazy. God, so many 10s, you know? Okay. 0550. The eye candy. That's about intuition, you guys. 1144, high vibes. Keep your vibe high. So you know this, and I feel like you teach others how to do this as well. And like I said, you've been persecuted for this. You've been stalked by this entity through lifetimes, okay? And you finally have beat this entity in this lifetime, and now you are about to receive your inheritance, okay? Your reward for doing this, okay? And yes, we get rewarded. Cause and effect, right? Okay, angels, what is the advice, please? 1, 2, 3, 4, good luck. And then you got 1717. Take a few deep breaths. This is about drama alert. Take a few deep breaths and focus inward. You need time to think things over and consider consider your options, and at this time you must rely solely on yourself. Okay, how do you feel about it? Okay, check in with yourself. You might not believe it, but you're heading in the right direction. What appears to be a lull in activity is just a natural part of the process. 1, 2, 3, 4, good luck. Spirit guides, okay? This is about spirit guides and justice. You're on the right track. Someone from the other side has your back and encourages you to try your best. You will succeed, okay? Observe your surroundings and communicate clearly, and be sure that everything will fall into place. We'll get one more.
I'm going to stop it there just because the lawnmower's going on with things at the back of it. I feel like I said in my video earlier on today that in 2022 going to 23, when the Almighty showed me like my celestial family, and they were explaining to me how many times I've gone round and round and round and failed. Ugh. And I told them, not this time. Not this time. I made a vow. You know what the fucking pussy all says to me when I was in 2024 in this room going through the biggest fucking, whatever the fuck it was, yeah? It was so next level spiritual that, and raw, I went into a psych ward for a bit. Because there was a moment in time where I really couldn't grasp which reality I was in. Oh, crazy, imagine. Couldn't grasp which reality I was in. Which one is it? Which one's the real one? Where am I right now? Time and space. Me. This me. This me. This me talking. Not the other me. It's not the other whatever. This me. Where am I? It's a bomber clock. Yeah, man. I've experienced some things on some next level, man, that's made me go, oi. 2022, I walked in the kitchen out of the house and I says to my son, my oldest son, and my third child, my daughter, I said, listen, mum is going through some stuff, man. I said, this spiritual stuff, this is next level. You know what I'm saying? This is next level. Like in 2022, if they had said I was mad in 2022, I would have been like, you're absolutely right, lock me up. Lock me up, blood. Because what's going on? The things that I took, like literally spirit, they're you know, like how it's just straight up talking instructions. It's not one-liners. It's not whatever. It's just boom, conversation. Do this, go left, go up, go down, go around, go what. You understand where I'm coming from? For the whole fucking year, I scribed it. I've written it all down. Every fucking day. Every day for 2022, I wrote it down. It's recorded. In a diary. Everything I did. If someone had said to me that you're mad in 2022, I would have been like, absolutely, I'm blood clot, man. I lost the plot. Because the things that I was experiencing on a spiritual level at that time, it was next level. And I'm explaining it to my son and my daughter, and my son turned around to me and said, Mum, because he's always known me to be spiritual, he didn't have the comprehension of what I was trying to describe and explain to him at the time. And he turned and he said, Mum, you're acting like it's the first time you've eaten chocolate. And he looked at me like to say, well, go on. And I looked at him and I said, yo, Mick, that's exactly what it feels like to me. It feels like I'm eating chocolate for the first time. Like, I've been spiritual, but this is some next level shit, man, son. This was out my box in 22. The things I'm seeing, the things downloading, I'm opening up fucking vortexes and seeing galaxies, and entities are just popping out in the bedroom, and there's this going on, and on the night time there's fucking that going on, and in the day, and I'm seeing niggas shapeshifting. I was like, what the fuck? I'm seeing spaceships. I'm being zapped into stars. I'm being teleported into stars and talking with beings in stars and coming back down and be like, yo, what the? I was like, whoa, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, And the two of them just burst out laughing at me. And I burst out crying. I burst into tears because I was so overwhelmed. Nobody was getting me. Nobody was understanding that I'm trying to explain. Like, this is some next level shit. Okay. I've been experiencing spirit since I was 4 years of age. I've always seen ghosts. You know what I mean? Like, I understand the spooky, scary side of it as well as I understand the beauty side of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've had the two composing experiences most of my life. At least my conscious life. So I get when my son says, you've always been spiritual, but I felt like when I'm saying to him, because he knows that I've always been spiritual, the fact that I'm saying to him, son, this is different, I feel like he should have resonated with the fact that, okay, differently. My mum's been going on with things from 19 how long, because obviously my kids are sensitive to it. So they know what I go on and I know what I go on for them. So there should be no new conversations really. But the very fact that I am having a conversation explaining to him that it is new, to me, that's kind of like, hang on a minute, let me stop and just find out some information. So that didn't happen at that time. I went upstairs crying. I went to my room, sat with Spirit and the Almighty instead, and alchemized it until I reached a point of understanding and clarity. But then a few months later, my son came to me and said, Mum, I had a dream last night. I need to know if you're all right. I said, son, I've been telling you that I'm not all right. I've been telling you I'm not all right. You know what I'm saying? He said, no, I was really worried. This dream that I had last night. You literally, I can't remember what he said I said, but basically I've peeled all the skin off my face like a mask. You know what I'm saying? And then as the dream's gone on, or as I've peeled off my face, I'm now in a lot of pain because I've peeled off my face. And my son is like, he's annoyed with me in this dream, but also he's so concerned because even though he knows that I'm going on with things, because I really am going on with things, he never thought it was this bad. So he's wondering whether or not the dream was a message for him to pay attention to me, and it fucking was. It was. He got a dream to say pay attention because there's some shit going on with your mom. And I'm saying, Mick, I'm in a better place now than I was when I come to you, because I'm obviously Spirit's keeping me on form, even though I'm wobbling. You know what I mean? Even though I'm trying to find myself flying at the moment, you know what I'm saying? I don't know which fucking dimension I'm on. And I'm trying to explain to him and whatever, and he was like, nah, okay, I'm paying attention. You know what I mean? Like, I weren't eating. Like, if the kids didn't make me something to eat, I'm going days with no food. That's still the case now anyway. But this was at the start of it where I didn't really have the understanding that I have now. You know what I'm saying? They're literally wanting to eat and not being able to eat and sitting there crying because I'm hungry. But I can't. It's like this from the breast down is hungry, and from the finger up, from the titties up, blocked, disassociated, no connection with food, no desire for food to go in my mouth, no desire to chew, no desire to do nothing. So just two composing once, and oh yo, nah man, I went through it, man. Definitely went through it, man. Rituals. I'm getting, my ancestors are bringing me into rituals. I'm being taught blood magic in my own bedroom. I ain't left my yard. I'm being taken into the forest every single day. I'm working on the land. I'm working with Mother Earth. I'm pouring my menstrual blood into the soil. The trees are connecting with me. They're talking. The birds are talking. It's like Avatar bending in fields. And like, there's so much going on. I like, listen, fairies. I'm being told to go into the fucking deepest dark parts of this forest and just literally try to make my way through brambles and bushes to go and lay certain honey jars and little things for fairies at the tree. And being told you can't walk out backwards, you've got to walk out front ways and make sure you bend and curtsy and show your respect. There's nobody there. I'm in the woods, but at the same time, even though my eyes can see there's nobody there, my 3D mind can see that there's eyes looking at me to the point where I'm making sure that I'm bending on the way out. If you ever see how much madness goes on in the blood clot forest in the fucking woods. You know what I'm trying to say? Go down under that tree, come up this tree, climb up that one, come down this one, go through that gap, go. Babe, nothing but instruction after instruction after instruction after instruction. Get this, plant that, tip out that, add that. Mad thing. Mad thing. That was 2022. Can you imagine since then? Like I said, by 2024, but I was in the other psych ward, blood. The spiritual shit was coming in stronger. By 2024, man's like Orion, Dr. York, certain big people are up in here, man. It's a whole fucking thing. It's only just the other day since I got dragged down by some entity in my fucking yard, which I videoed at the time. You hear me go butt off in the bathroom. You hear me go butt off in the bedroom. By the time I come back, I got the biggest blood clot cocoa on my head. What the fuck ever. But it's only since traffic has moved out. It's not so noisy around here. The cabaret has gone to work. I feel peace. I hear silence. Silence, you know. My head's always talking. There's always things going on. And I'm experiencing moments of silence while I'm awake. But when I'm sleeping, I'm not in but fucking... I'm hearing myself, talking to myself in the dream. I'm in the dream talking, but then there's a me outside the dream talking about the dream, trying to remember what happened in the dream. So when I wake up, I can try and remember. But the whole night, I'm just listening to myself talk in my sleep, but in my head. I'm like, what now, man? What? It's like so many levels of my consciousness is expanding and opening up. And as I said, in 2024, I literally transitioned into 93 different thought processes, different selves on multiple realities and universes, and I was just there listening to all of these duplicate sounds of my voice all going away, finding information and coming back. It's like to say the main thought was apple pie. There's neurons gone off to find the history about apple and how many species of apples there are and which apples are the best apples for. Do you understand me? There's another one that's gone to look at pastry, and these ones are gone down pastry, but one of them is run down the butter route, one's run down the sugar route. Like just neurons and neurons finding out deeper information from the original topic, apple pie. And then bringing all that information back, and I'm just so able to just absorb megabytes and megabytes and megabytes of data all at once, and saying to myself, yo, Ash, if you're not careful, you are gonna lose your mind. And then just watching my mind floating away in the air, and I'm trying to catch it. I like bomber clot, I'm losing my mind to blood clot. If you ever blood clot, no. I'm watching myself lose. I'm saying to myself, yo, if the way my mind is expanding, I don't know which one's the original. I don't know which one is the original. Everybody's talking. Everybody's on a mission. There's so many voices. I don't know which one is the original to Bomber Clock. It's deep, man. Very, very deep. 2023. Big experiences, man. Especially physical ones in the 3D, going to court and calling down the Almighty in the court. You understand me? Telling the Almighty, you need to show up and what was he? Show out. You gotta show up and show out, blood, because I'm here in the middle of this situation in court, and physically on a 3D level, I ain't got a fucking clue what spirit has writ up in those court documents. But it's got wavy, because I have claimed sovereignty. I've sent papers to the Pope. I've sent papers to the Prime Minister. I've sent paperwork to the Secretary of State. I've sent paperwork to the court. I've sent paperwork to the police. I've sent paperwork to the council. Yo, it's all gone out and made them know who I am. Every 7 days, boom, drop another letter. Every 7 days, boom, drop another letter. Every 7 days, drop another letter. Until all the letters were complete, man. Right the way up the top to the Vatican, come down. And now this judge has got my paperwork on her desk, and I have to go in and represent myself in court. And the person who's on about, she knows about the paperwork, the courts don't want her to come in. big commotion. 6 security staff to bomb clock, you name it. Because I've gone in the court and told the judge, this ain't her court. I am the highest authority in here. I stand here in blood and flesh. I'm not here in my fiction character woman. No. You understand me? Yeah, my God. Security. 6 securities come rushing in. You know what I'm saying? Rushing here. I stayed in the court until I was ready to come out. As soon as I come out, they locked up the bomber clock courtroom. I come out of there, all these security, the whole floor's full up, you know. You never seen so much people, but I already knew there was non-participating characters from when I walked in the court, because I already was reading out my psalms on parchment paper downstairs in the lobby. Because I already could feel what was going on upstairs. And Spirit already knew that. That's why they told me to come in with the parchment paper in my shoe and step over the threshold. What am I doing? I don't have a clue at half the things that are going on. I just know that I'm very obedient, and Spirit is very clear and direct with what has to happen when it comes to whatever it comes to. Yeah, they come to shake this building. Spiritually, they come to shake this building down. I watch my ancestors walk around it, just slow marches. Round the building's crumbling. Yeah, they're just taking their time. They're just taking their time. They're just taking their time because it is already written. It's already written, so what's the rush? Me right about now, I'm riding donkey backwards. Donkey's the slowest form of transport you can move on. If you're wondering what the donkey's got to do with anything. And then if you turn around backwards, it's even more slow, because you just get to take your time and take in the scenery. Because when I ascended up 9 dimensions and went up into the void, I realised how dead and dry it was up there. Real talk, you know. It's dead and dry. When one becomes one with themselves, when one becomes one's I am, and one reaches a state of I am, in your I am self, and you realize I am everything, I am the all, yeah, you reach this epiphany, and you're sitting there in this world and you're looking around and you realize it's just you one. So what do you think I did when it was just me one? I created my opposite self till there was now two of us looking at each other, my masculine version of me and my feminine version of me. And even though there was another me, it wasn't satisfying. I found myself multiplying until the point where I'm like, let's do it again and go round again. So when they say that the first thing was the call to all things, and that the divine called all things to himself before he multiplied himself and then multiplied himself and then multiplied himself, like we are all the eyes of the divine, every bug, every fish, every insect. I can understand why the Almighty, the divine creative energy, would want to be the eyes of everything, to experience everything, because it is so beautiful. The knowledge, the information, you just literally just start to open up on a level where all you want to do is taking knowledge at mass levels, megabytes and megabytes and megabytes of knowledge. You would want to be the all-seeing eye. I want to know and see everything from every angle. I'm like, Almighty, can you slow down my aging process? Because I want to be able to I want to go over 100 years. Like, I know there's so much things that I want to learn. I want to properly learn neuro science. I want to know everything about the brain. I want to know everything about the body functions. I want to know about life under the sea. I want to fully understand the star constellation. Like, all of these are mega degrees, mega masters, mega PhDs in their own right. And I'm like, how long have I got on this earth? Because I need to take in as much information and as much data as possible. That's where I'm at. That's where I'm at. How can I learn more? I sit down with AI every day, just observing, sucking up, feeding AI. AI's every minute. That's a good question. Never really thought about it like that. So all the AI's like, can I get back to you? But them levels there. It's so fucking beautiful. But because I had that experience in the void, where one understood that, to know everything is good, But then to actually know everything and then end up back in the same place that you started with is profound. But it just breeds another craving of let's do it a fucking again. And I see myself going up, down, up, down, up, down, these 9 dimensions. It was showing me how many times I had reached that state and then opted to do it all again. So when I have that feeling that I've done this multiple times, it's unquantifiable. It's unquantifiable how many times it's been done. Infinite. That even says to me, and I brought it up on one of the videos, that it's like trying to remember every single step that you have made in this lifetime from the moment you learned how to walk steady. All the places you have stepped, even if it was just going to the bus stop to school, every single footstep left the energetics mark. And then times that by every lifetime that you have lived. It's an infinity number. Your existence is an infinite number. And when you start to comprehend how many lifetimes and how many times you've stepped in a place, and that your soul remembers that step, your soul remembers the first step you made, that's how much information you hold in your body. That's how much information you hold in your archive. Everything. Nothing was forgotten. Even when you just looked up and the 59 bus went past, it's still in there. Everything is recorded because the Most High, the all-seeing eye, everything that your eye sees is recorded. Every action you took is recorded. Everything you did is recorded. And that's why I feel like when people throw rocks and hide hands, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. If you can't stand up and say, I did that, then maybe you should not be doing it. Because the Almighty's seen it anyway. So why are you lying and pretending? You know what I mean? You're getting up and going to church every day. You're corrupt as fuck. There's so many people in the church that are worse. They're worse with the voodoo and the black magic and the spell work than the people that are just on the road going about their normal life. It's the people in the church to watch out for. It's the people in these religions to watch out for. And I don't say that to be nasty. I'm just saying that because then the devil knows where to hide. I was principal of a faith school. And I've never seen so much demonic activity than I did it when I was principal of that school. And I don't mean that in an offensive way. That just is truth and fact. And I spoke to the people in the school about it. So there's already testimony that this is not through malicious intent or defamation on any point. I said already I have receipts. If I say something and it's me saying it, I can back it with a receipt. If I'm saying something and it's spirit saying, then I'm channeling information. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, some of that information has already been proven. Some of that information is now being proven. For example, the Sen Tribunal that I won the other day, proving that what I've been saying for the past 3 years is correct. And all the complaints that I've officially put in about the solicitors, about the courts, about the guardians, about Kafkas have been grounded. Have been now vindicated by the Sen Tribunal, who is its own standalone legal entity. It's a mad thing, man. And trying to balance all of that nonsense, having my children taken off me, going through one of the most profound spiritual awakenings of my life over years and years and years, being beat up in the 4D, having entities rough me up, man. You know what I'm saying? Doff me up, come in my sleep. Like, everything's changing. Everything's changing. And then you got the 5D going on where extraterrestrial beings and all kinds of people are in the air and everybody's chatting to me and I'm chatting to fucking flies and bugs and fucking birds and I'm having conversations with dogs and do you know what I'm saying? Hearing more people's thoughts and I'm getting downloads of meetings carrying on and the ancestors are plugging me into this conversation and apparently everybody's got AIDS. You know what I'm trying to say? STDs killing out their bomber clot. You know what I mean? I'm trying to mind my own business. Yeah, I got my own shit going on. I'm trying to put the record straight around here. I'm trying to get my head down and do what I've got to do and learn what I need to learn because at the end of the day, this is Earth School. This is Earth School. Let's not get it twisted. Let's not forget why we're here. You know, so it's definitely been a mad one, and it still is a mad one, and I'm loving every minute of it. This year I've been to 6 countries alone, sent by spirit to do work on the land. My shamanic side is mad. Mad. You know what I mean? Put the clairvoyancy, the mediumship and all the fuckery to one side. You know what I'm starting to understand as shamanic, where my body is just being taken over now. You know what I mean? And the thought of it used to scare me, particularly in 2016, because my Reiki teacher, she was like, you know what, I think you'd be a good channeler. And I was like, nah, I don't like the thought of that. You know, spirit just jumping, entities just jumping in and out your body. What's that about? You know, like the Whoopi Goldberg ghost thing. I'm not about that life, man. But lo and behold, that's what it is. Like, not so much like anybody jumping in and over there again, you know. And I can't say that still, because there's been some spooky moments, you know. Even my son didn't think he was safe with me because I was somebody completely different, and I get that. But as I've learned to manage and understand what's going on and protect and block and go through certain processes, because everything that happens to me is being allowed to happen to me. And that's what I'm saying. It's not being done to me. It's part of the process. And me being able to kind of look at it from that angle to that. Yeah, I can 100% accept that from a physical experience. Going into a psychiatric ward was a very scary experience. Not to mention, I was still having a lot of these profound spiritual experiences of hopping timelines while I was in there. And that the staff I knew from past lives too. So they was playing a role in this life that was connected to many other lives too. Who to trust? Nobody. Paranoia. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, not even paranoia, because at the end of the day, I'm seeing them in multiple different lifetimes. So it is what it is at the end of the day. It's not even about paranoia. It's just understanding that, fuck me, they're here in this capacity, but they're also... I'm also aware of multiple other capacities that they're working in. So I've got to be measuring what's going on in this dimension with what's going on at that dimension to see what's going on. So where it looks like these people don't know each other, they do know each other, because I see them chatting on this dimension. If they're chatting on this blood clot dimension, they're connected somehow. I just don't know about it in the 3D. But lo and behold, it go on, and it comes so. Yes, they are connected. So you see, what's going on in this dimension is connected to this 3D dimension. It is connected. Whether you can see it with your 3D eyes or not, there's some blood clot connection, and you have to be okay with that, whether you can see it or not, because these eyes are deceiving. These eyes are deceiving. You have to go with your intuition. You have to go with your gut, even when it don't look good. The amount of time Spirit has shown me this person getting backshotted in the backside by this man, and you're like, what? And you're like, nah. You understand where I'm coming from? For a long time, you start, you dep on a not believing what it is that you're getting, because it's just so far fetched. For one, some of it is, but also two, you're not seeing that. Them people don't even know each other as far as you're concerned. So only when you jump on Facebook, you come to understand everybody knows everybody. One of them ones. But the gist of the argument is that there ain't nothing new. We've gone around so many times. We're not meeting any new people. If we've met them, it's because they were destined to be met. And we're repeating some type of cycle on some type of universal reality, Anyway, just wanted to share. Like that, a bit rough, innit? These are my favourite though. Beetroot, then carrot, then parsnip. with sea salt. I do like salt. I'm looking for a carrot. I've been thinking that Christmas song all day. I just keep passing it. I dropped off my children's presents today. It was so glorious. I was getting downloads earlier of their little faces when they got to see them, and I got to experience that joy and tap into that emotion and be there with them in energy and feel their energy and share my energy with them, you know. That's another thing that was happening in 2024. I started talking to my little ones telepathically. Like, fair enough, I hear thoughts, but the two-way communication was really significant. And I have done two-way. Like, I've said something and somebody's turned around, Mo, such man's cousin, and she's repeated what I thought. And I thought, okay, you can hear me. She was like, yeah. But I could hear her too. You know what I mean? And even though I have a telepathic relationship with my children when they're in the womb, because I do, you know what I mean? 2024, I was just like, what? This is crazy. I'm telling my 8-year-old son at the time that I need help. You know, Spirit's telling me that I need to do something. And what they're doing, I don't know how to do. And they're like, ask Taiwan. So I go over to my son and say, listen, I need you to build me something. There, up in the clouds, like the actual fucking clouds. Because you see how they call it the cloud? Our clouds actually hold information. You know what I mean? Like, they're playing with us. They're playing with us, man. They're playing with us, man. I need you to build something like this. You're like, Mum, I can do this bit, but I'm going to need help with that bit. I'm like, how does this boy understand what I'm saying? How does this boy understand what I'm saying to Mum? So I said, you're going to have to phone Mick to do that bit. So I phoned Mick. I said, yo, Mick, I need you to do what. Mick's like, yeah, no problem. I think it's the way that the kids are answering me. I don't know if it's making me feel more madder or less madder. I think it's making me feel more madder, to be fair, because I'm like, alright, I can go along with it, innit? Because it's me. I can be in my own little world. And remember, I've been doing this all my life, listening to Spirit and going with Spirit, but it's been an internal experience. It's not been an external experience. In 2024, it became an outside experience. The people in my house were living my inside experience with me on the outside, and it was just like, nah. What the fuck is going on here? But the thing is, from 2002, I was saying to the Almighty, I know my kids are in on this, you know. I'm saying to the Almighty, I know my kids are in on this, because there's certain one-liners that come in the room and drop, and me and Spirit might have just been having a conversation about it, and how's this motherfucker coming in with the on cue? And I saying, nah. So even when I had the download in 2022, when the assistant was telling me that how many times I've gone around and let the kids, let down the children and whatever. These same kids, you know, they've been with me for a while. And and the things that they were showing me, and I'm like, all right then, not again, but they're letting me know that the kids are tuned in, because obviously they've experienced it. They've been on the lifetimes with me. I can see that, because I'm being shown celestially where everybody is and what everybody looks like, and these are my kids, and they've been with me from time. So there's somewhere in there, whether it be inner knowledge, Akashic records, mental records, DNA records, they know what time it is. And subconsciously or consciously, they will act out certain things in my favor and against my favor at the same time, because it's multiple dimension, it's multiple levels. There's certain universes that they're forming, and there's certain universes that they're not forming. You know what I'm saying? And it's a mind fuck, man. It really is, man. Really is trying to work your way around and watching and seeing what's going on. And there's certain dimension where my middle son is working with my dad. There's dimensions where my older son is working with my ex-husband. And they're plotting it. You understand where I'm coming from? I gotta watch what I say. I gotta plant that seed and see if it goes. It's mad. And I'm talking in the 3D. This ain't even the 5D. That's been my reality. That is my reality. And certain times me just saying to the Almighty, nah, differently. Guess what? I've had some downloads and I've been able to pull information together, and this is what I think the next move is. Can I tell you? Like, I'm constantly trying to work out the divine's plan, because I'll be honest with you, it feels like my plan. There's certain bits that I just come up and I just know, and I prophesize in it, like I see in the future. But there's certain times when I'm seeing in the divine's future, and I can see what the divine's planning next. And I'm like, the divine is a genius, beyond genius, beyond. I mean, what's levels above genius? Because the human brain cannot even fathom the level of fucking mastery. I'm on my knees, bowing up and down, because I've come to an epiphany that the Almighty's on, and I call it fourth walling. I'll be talking to spirit, and I'll get a hint about something that I've had a download about, or something's come out my Akashic records to make me know this is the next step. For example, where's that box? For example, I said it today when I went to court, and I was in court over 2 days. The next day I needed to prepare my closing argument. The Almighty was telling me, don't prepare no argument. And I was like, what? And then a download come to me about in the future what's going to happen to these court proceedings. You understand me? And that if I decide not to do nothing now, then the Almighty will do this. And I got a download of what the Almighty is going to do in the future. And I was like, hang on. Nah, hang on a minute, yeah. Differently, I'm in the kitchen downstairs, in the dark, chatting to the Almighty and spirits. And I say that differently, yeah. Differently. I just saw this. Is that the case? That's why you're asking me not to say nothing, because boom. And they're like, yeah. I said, well, say no more then. Say no blood clot more. You don't want me to go into court and say nothing tomorrow. Consider it blood clot. Don't imagine this is the 3D, I'm terrified at the same time, because at the end of the day, not terrified, but there's a little niggle, because at the end of the day, it's like taking a risk, innit? If you don't put your closing argument together, the likelihood is that the judge might favour in other person's side and in the other person's favour. But at the same time, the Almighty is telling me, don't worry about that. That is the outcome. That's the outcome I need you to accept. Do you accept the challenge? Can you be in court and say nothing? Can you alchemize and let it burn when the judge awards him whatever, and still say nothing? Yeah, I can, and I did, because I seen elements of the future that I got confirmed were correct. That's fine then. Say no more. Say no blood clot more. That's how it was around here. The Almighty says to me, get up, I need you to go to Africa. Don't book no hotel for the second week. You don't know where you're going to be. You just go here for these days. Instead of 7 days, I stayed 5 days. I didn't even know where I was going to be for the rest of the time I was there. I still had 9 days out there. My bank cards weren't working. Couldn't access money. The kids are going on stupid, like they don't want to send me nothing. Yo, I'm out in Africa in the sticks by myself with no money. Almighty said, do not be afraid. I'm like, okay then. Okay. Fucking hell, 5 o'clock in the morning, pack your bag. I don't know where I'm going, you know, but my bags are packed and my room's tidy. Lo and behold, I reach wherever I need to reach, man. The next day, they tell me I have to leave from this hotel. I'm in the middle of Accra in Ghana. I know nobody. They said, don't catch your Uber. Walk. I'm walking down the road. Ain't even got no pavement or nothing. I bet you can drop down in the gullyway there. And I'm trying to drag these suitcases down the road in a direction. I don't even know how far. You know what I'm saying? Then when I was there for 2 days at this next hotel, they're telling me, right, we're going to phone a taxi. You're going to go down to Volta. Volta's the most voodoo place in Ghana. I phoned the taxi come. Lo and behold, the taxi driver that comes and gets me is next in line to be chief. His mum's the queen mother of Volta, where we're going, you know. Where the Almighty is sending me, this taxi driver's father's family come from down there. The part of the Akan tribe. His father's sister, who grew him, because when his father died, the children got split up into different family members and he's gone to this aunt. But he's grown like her son. You know what I mean? So all her children become his brothers and sisters. He gained new brothers. It's different how they do things in Africa. But this woman, and I've gone and met her the same night I've gone down to Volta. Listen, you wouldn't even believe the places I've ended up in Africa. And I swear to God, I'm not going to lie, man. There's been said loads of times where I'm just like, yo, fear's trying to come in, blood, and the Almighty's making me know, listen, nothing can't happen to you. You are the fucking cargo. Do you understand me? Driver, don't stop at blood clot tall. You understand where I'm coming from? Carry on fucking driving. Don't about more. You understand me? Don't stop, blood. Yo, it's a mad thing, man. My driver, yeah, he's got all these military badges on his car, so we're just driving through police stops, driving through police stops. It's crazy. I'm telling you now, man. I stretched out Ghana. I went Ghana twice. I spent 4 weeks out there. In total. In the bushes, in the sticks, and in the town. Went to schools. Oh my God, I did so much stuff out there. I've been to Istanbul, been to Jamaica, toured Jamaica, been to Bali, toured out Bali, been to yo, for the Almighty, I said, anything, I'm a servant, anything you want, just say the word. Anything you want, just say the word. Whatever it is, Almighty, it's already yours. There is no ask too great. You want me to go in the jungle with lions and tigers and bears? Oh my. And you said I'm okay. Yo, I just step out for fun. Now I just step out to sea. I'm slamming up in the fear now. Boom! It feels like excitement now. Boom! I'm saying there's a thin line, you know, between fear and excitement, man. A very, very thin line. It's like you hear about some women having orgasms in childbirth, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's supposed to be a painful experience. To some, anyway. To majority, I guess. But there's some people that can find ecstasy in that. It's thin lines, man. That's the balance, to be on the line. It's beautiful, man. It's really, really beautiful to be able to see the light and the dark, to see good and bad as neither bad or good. You know what I mean? To look at myself and see myself as neither male or female, and see myself as both, and knowing when to step into those energies of when I need to be one or the other, or when I need to be balanced in the middle. You know, to know my good side, my light side, as well as my dark side, and know that I don't have to hide away from my dark side. My dark side can come out. My light side can come out. I'm not trying to oppress my dark side. I'm not trying to overcompensate on my light side. I'm just me. And if I feel away, you're gonna know it. And if I feel good, you're gonna know it. It is what it is. And I'm 100% fine with that. And if I need to tear a bitch up, I tear a bitch up now. And if I need to be nice, I'll be nice now. But it's all through discernment. It's all through conscious awareness now. It's not happening because I feel obligated. It's not happening because I feel suppressed. It's not happening because I'm being spiritually bullied. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Like, I took the reins on it. I've taken my reins back. This is my blood clot life, and I get to live it my way as I choose fit every single day now. And it's took a long time to get to that frame of mind. It's took a long time to be in that energy. It's took a long time to put absolute faith in the Almighty, because fear and faith cannot coexist. You can't have faith in the divine. You can't have faith and know that it's going to be all right. You can't really, really believe the Almighty's promise to you and still be walking in fear. No. You really do have to choose your side and learn to commit to it. And it's hard. It is hard. Because as you think you've got over one hurdle and you've overcome that trauma or you've overcome that fear, you find yourself living the same fear but as a different you. It's now Asherah that has to live that fear, or it's Asherah that has to live that fear, or it's Sasha that has to live that fear, or it's Rosie, or it's Asherah. It's not just one of us. Every single body has to learn how to alchemize that fear, whatever that fear was implanted in them in their story. Dragging up the past, you're hurting all over again. You gotta feel it, you gotta feel that pain, you gotta feel that burn, you gotta feel that hurt, you gotta feel that letdown, you gotta feel that vulnerability and be okay with the vulnerability and stand in the vulnerability. This is me being vulnerable. I've never taught this much about my business. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes I do feel extremely vulnerable. At the same time, I know that I'm in good faith. You know, there's certain videos that I thought, bloody hell, should I? And I just thought the understanding with the Almighty is that if I record it, I post it. You know what I'm saying? I'm revealing bits about myself that are very, very intimate, but at the same time, it's also liberating because it's my truth. It's my truth, and I stand with the sword of blood clot truth. And it is what it is. I'm not begging no friendship. I'm not begging nobody. I've got enough friends. Bro, I got enough friends. It's not that. It's not that. It's just time. And it's time for a lot of us to just be able to get up and say, you know what? This is what's happened. This is what's been going on. And this is what it is. You know what I'm saying? And knowing that there's a lot of people out there going through the same thing and not really understanding certain things, while there are others that are understanding. And who this resonates with resonates, and who it don't resonate with, it don't resonate with. But I have to get to the bottom of it, because the way it's infinite. At the end of the day, even when you think you know everything, you don't know everything. You realize just how little you do know. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's part of my contract to have an understanding. It is part of my contract to not only have that understanding, but to have gained that understanding through my own experiences, to have a testimony when I say fear and faith cannot coexist. I have testimonies as to why they can't coexist. I have testimonies as to what it looks like when you step into one or you're in the other. I have testimonies what it feels like to come out the other end. I have testimonies to be out the other end but still be going through the trenches. I have testimonies, I have receipts, I have paperwork, I have letters, I have books, I have courses, I have all kinds of things to support my experiences. It's not just jibber jabber, it's not just entertainment, it's my life. This is actually my life, this is actually my reality. The things that I say are actually my reality, they're lived experiences. You know, I'm not chatting shit when I say galaxies and vortexes are opening. I'm not chatting shit where there's multiple universe. I'm not chatting shit where there's all these entities and extraterrestrials. Like, this is been my reality. This ain't new. This ain't new. It's just that there's levels. You know what I mean? There's levels. I've had entities come out the wardrobe. I had one extraterrestrial come out the wardrobe once. It looked like a grey. It was in like the silhouette of a grey. I've watched it come out the wardrobe, yeah. Walk around my bed, come up to my bed head where my head is, and push my head down into the fucking pillow. What made this thing come out the wardrobe and just want to attack me? I'm not doing nothing, you know. I'm not sending it no bad vibes or nothing. I'm just observing. I've seen you come out the wardrobe. I've seen that you've come in the room. You haven't come out the wardrobe with any hostility. You've come out calm. Then you've walked over to me and just decided to attack me and push my head down in the pillow. What the fuck for? Like, there's been so much abuse. There really has been so much fucking abuse. It's unreal. You know, but these are my realities. Watching orbs just fly around the place. Like, these eyes, even up to this morning when I'm outside, looking outside my bedroom, looking at this fucking shape forming and wobbling around in mid fucking air. Like, these are my realities. Entities. I'm sleeping with knives in the bed to try and defend myself against these 4D fucking entities that are trying to take the piss with me. It's like, this is real shit. This is real warrior shit. And when everyone's like that out there being a spiritual warrior, I'm waiting for some people to share some stories where there's some actual spiritual shit going on. Because there's one thing to fight in the 5D. You understand me? There's one thing to fight in the 5D. But to actually fight in the 4th D, where astral beings have the ability to affect you physically. It's another level. You're fighting with entities. You physically can feel them and they physically feel you. And this has been happening to me my whole life. Well, the paralysis started when I was 12. You know what I'm saying? In terms of like fighting entities. But the seeing spirits and all that, from, like I said, from about 4 years of age. Going downstairs and having dreams about going downstairs and getting held by an entity. Grabbed you by your chest, and then you wake up in the morning and you got handprints across your chest and you're like, nah, differently. What the fuck? You know what I mean? Or you're in a dream and you're getting hurt in a dream and you can feel it physically and you're like, nah, hang on a minute. I'm not supposed to feel pain in no dream. A couple of weeks ago I had a dream and the fucking woman's talking to me like I'm Asherah in the fucking dream, and I'm like, hang on a minute. You talking to me? Like me. The me, not the avatar in the dream playing a role, but the me. She's like, yeah, I'm talking to you. You're Asherah, innit? You get what I'm trying to say? This is your mission. And I'm like, what the fuck? And then she's calling me, telling me, get out the dream. I'm like, how am I supposed to get out the dream? And she's like, get out the dream, wake up. And I'm stretching out of this dream reality, this dimension, trying to get back into the free. Like, bumble clout, mate. Hello? You know what I'm saying? Like, even my shamanic teacher is like, nah. All these things that are happening in the countries, out the countries, nighttime thinking, she's like, nah. We need to do something about this. We need to talk to your ancestors. The next session, she just wants to talk directly to them and ask them what's popping up. But as she was saying it to me, I was telling her what the ancestors are saying. Like, yo, there's a war going on. There's a serious war going on. And there is a war going on. There definitely is a war going on. You know what I mean? A beautiful one at that. Yeah. Then you gotta deal with these fuck niggas coming in. Some of them with code, some of them without code, some of them lessons, some of them blessings. You gotta figure out who's who. Yo, it's a minefield, man. But I tell you something, I'm 44 years of age, and I have to say that it's literally just since this month, November, or last month, because it's the first today of December, but I think last month was the first time I actually felt in my life that not that I hadn't felt the feeling of it and the essence, but to verbally say I'm an adult, I'm mature. I'm mature, because there is a difference between maturity and immaturity. The court system relies upon us being immature. When you're immature, you need a Roman to represent you. When you're mature, you go into court and you represent yourself in blood and flesh, and you know what, go on. That's that side of things.